To lead the SKOL chant and sound the Gjallarhorn, please welcome the 31st Adjutant General of the Minnesota National Guard, Major General John Jefferson.
Well, hello, this is John Randall, Minnesota Vikings legend, and it is my pleasure to say, Minnesota Vikings fans uncensored, are you ready? Keith, get your people up. Let's go. SKOL, 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 baby. Let's go.
Hello, Vikings fans. Welcome to the Let's SKOL show. As you know, I'm Fish. With me, I have Mr. Positivity, Cody Bowden. He who greets with most Skoleful Shack will be joining us later. Keith is in the background doing his Keith stuff to get us started up. He'll be joining us shortly. And welcome to our 27th off-season show of the year. Be here every week during the off-season, guys. We're going to get through this abyss together. So tonight, we are 53 days away from the Vikings opening game. Randy Moss says Jefferson can be the greatest ever. Some say he isn't the current best. Bleacher Report is not a fan of the Vikings this season. Where did KOC land in the CBS Sports coaching ranks, and did they get it right? We've got some more of the top 100 being released and no new Vikings. We're going to take a look at and grade our projected tight ends and wide receivers. Cody's going to call it. We're going to go around the Gjallarhorn and give some hot takes. And at the end of it all, we're going to give you all a chance to come on the show and speak your thoughts. But before we jump into that, let's break the ice. So, we're 2 months away from the Vikings home opener, and the four of us are going to go. And so, guys, what's on your wish list for when we make this little trip up to Minnesota? What is some other than a Vikings win, of course? And by the way, chat, we're looking for ideas. So if you've got something you can refer us to while we're up there that weekend, please do. What do you got, Keith?
Oh, man, me first?
Yeah, you first.
First of all, T-Bass, thank you for the donation. And Sarah, thank you. Long time no see. SKOL, thank you. Honestly, like we're gonna be there for such a short time. Like, there's probably a lot of stuff on my list that I'd want to do that we're not gonna have time to do. Like, the Twins are in town, so it would have been cool to catch a Twins game. But honestly, it's just gonna be meeting up with you guys, and it'd be cool to meet up with some other people that we've been in contact with. Like, that'd be a goal for me, just to meet up with some people that we've talked with. And, you know, get to know them in person and ultimately come back to California holding a W.
What about you, Cody?
So I'm from around there in that area. So, like, I know, like, a lot of the places to go to. And every time I do go to Minneapolis, I think it's all about the food. And normally that's what it's about when I go home. So I really want to visit. I want to go to Matt's Bar, get a Juicy Lucy again, then Lola's Pizzeria, to go get a slice of pizza there. And then for like a dinner, the Spoon and Table is probably one of the best restaurants I've had when I was up there in Minneapolis. Other than that, for drinking wise and partying, if you want to go out and have a good time, Dinky Town is always fun. It's a lot of college kids up there around that time. But the North Loop is for more of the grown up, I would say. If you want to check out like some of the dive bars, hit up the North Loop. Other than that, the most of the drinking I save for is during the tailgates, the pregame, right? And there is a breakfast burrito truck that will be outside the stadium. I know for a fact. Get a breakfast burrito just to wake up from that hangover, and then you go hit the tailgating parties. And one guy that you always see out there on Facebook, he's on his live shows now. He's actually giving away tickets, raffling. His Sir Def's tailgatings are actually really fun to go to. So if you ever get a chance, that'd probably be one of the biggest things to go do also. And to catch the doors opening for the stadium, all right, around 4 p.m. So sometime for that Sunday night football game is definitely an awesome experience.
Well, Cody, you had me at food, but Anthony actually called my thing. I want to do the stadium tour. This is my first time. Never seen the U.S. Bank Stadium before. Yeah. So that's
you,
my
Skull
big
and
thing.
Roll.
I really hope that we can make it happen where I can do the stadium tour.
Yeah, you might want to look into that, see if you guys sign up for that ahead of time, and then maybe you'll be picking up Cody even earlier.
Maybe you do, and it looks like they don't go this far out yet, but it looks like the latest they'll do it Saturday at 3:00. So,
But Keith, don't worry, I'll be at the airport at 6.
yeah.
Cool. I'll just be hanging around.
Drinking a cucumber water.
Eating PF Chang's fucking airport food.
Sounds like a great time. Let's make sure you reserve it. Yeah, Anthony did it last year. He had some pretty cool pictures from there, so that's cool. Somebody's got to take a damn shot.
I don't have my rum with me. Sarah, I promise you for that in 2 weeks on my birthday show, I will take 2 shots for the donations you've made tonight.
Okay. Fish, you owe Sarah 2 shots. I will not let you forget that.
Do not let me forget.
Sarah, you better be here for that, Sarah.
Babe, bring the shots. Let's do one.
Oh, Cody's gonna give you one, but Fish still owes you 2. All right. So as Fish had said earlier, we are 53 days away, and like we always do, here are the players to wear 53. So it's a pretty stout list.
Solid.
Kind of ends after 1, don't it?
I think it's like
What's up, Chevy? Cool. Hey, I'm looking at you, T Bass. Tell me something about one of these guys on this list besides Mick Tinglehoff. Like, the only name that I know from this list is Fred Strickland. And I remember him as a kid, and for some reason, I thought he played with us a lot more than 1 season, but it was only 1 season. Had 137 tackles, so he didn't suck. But like, for some reason, I felt like Fred Strickland was here longer. Sarah says it's a bunch of Jags. I don't even know if they're Jags, Sarah. They might be below a Jag. For those that don't know, a Jag is just a guy.
Yeah, I got nothing.
How bad were we in 1993? A lot of tackles.
I don't think we were bad. I think we went to the playoffs.
Yeah, wait, 93 we had Warren Moon. We went to the playoffs.
No, I think I was Sean Salisbury still. Pretty sure. But we did go to the playoffs. You checking that out, Fish?
No.
Okay,
I thought about it, but no.
I saw you reach for it, and you're like, fuck it. So Mick Tinglehoff, he's the only one that's worth any reference, the word number 53. We've been going over these players who played in the 70s, and what's tough for me is seeing all these guys who played such a long career for the Vikings. Like, now you're lucky if a guy sticks around for 5 years with the way the money works and free agency and just bouncing around from teams. You just don't get that continuity that you had back in the day. So seeing a guy play 17 years, his whole career with just the Vikings, that's awesome, and that's something that we'll never see again.
And the longevity of it all. You see all these guys not missing many games. It seems like that stopped once we got into the 90s where people started softening up.
Yeah. The game probably has gotten faster. There's more
violent.
Well, I don't think violent. I think a lot faster. And there's more extremity injuries like ACLs, quads, hamstrings.
I mean, they didn't have a lot of the protective rules that we have now either, though.
Yeah.
I think maybe there were a lot of stuff like ACL injuries, and they just rubbed a little dirt on it and walked it off.
But the other thing, to his credit, I mean, like you said, Russell Durham, he played every single game of his 17-year career. He didn't miss one game. You know, we had some Iron Men back in those 70s. Now you got guys taking a break because, you know, they got a sprained wrist or something.
Or torn meniscus.
Damn, Fish, you're going to be 3 shots in.
Sarah going to have me drunk. Sarah, you better not take advantage of me when I'm intoxicated.
You kind of do look like Jimmy G. Fish looks like Jimmy G a little bit.
At an angle, if I catch the right angle.
So his 240 consecutive starts is still a record among offensive linemen. There's no other offensive lineman has come close to 240 consecutive starts. And he's tied for 4th among all players at any position. He's tied with Phillip Rivers, which is pretty amazing for Phillip Rivers as a quarterback in this day and age. He played 240 consecutive games. That's pretty good. He is one of 11 Vikings to play in all 4 Super Bowls. I think we've talked about 3 of them now. 5 first-team All-Pros, a second-team All-Pro, and a 6-time Pro Bowler. And he did most of that in a 7-year span. So, like, he had a solid run as a center. One of the 50 greatest Vikings on the 25th and 40th anniversary team. He's in the Vikings Ring of Honor. And much to our friend David Rinaldi's chagrin, his number 53 was retired. In 2021, the Vikings got tired of the mediocre 53s, and they're like, you know what? We're just not going to do it anymore. No more 53s.
Disrespect that number anymore.
We're going to go ahead and put that up in the rafters.
Good for them.
But yeah, Mick Tingelhoff. Hopefully we'll get to a number where we get to talk about someone a little more current, but I do think it's still good, you know, to look back at our history because some of these guys that have come up, I've heard of their names. I know they're good players for us, but when I got to go and find stuff about them, I learned just a little bit more about them, and I think that's pretty cool. And I hope you guys in the audience, you know, are learning a little something too. Not a lot of news going on. It's did she just do it again? Fishy's gonna be drunky. Fish is acting like he's frozen. Or is he frozen? Is Fish frozen?
No, Fish is not frozen. He's just stoically thinking about something and making off. He's frozen.
I'm about to say, I'm very impressed at his ability to not blink.
It's storming over there right now. He said he had a spot up storm coming in.
Oh, I forgot. He's in the middle of a storm. So yeah, Fish might be having some connection troubles. So you might be getting a big dose of me and Cody tonight because Shaq is working right now. He's gonna try to make it, but that's all right. Me and Cody can move on with this. A couple weeks ago, we talked about Justin Jefferson. Is he catching up to Randy Moss? And Randy Moss actually spoke on that this past week, saying that he does believe that Justin Jefferson could end up being one of the greats and definitely could end up being the greatest Vikings wide receiver of all time. And we got some troopers right here.
Thank you, girl. All right, that's good enough.
Sarah, thank you for that. Sam, thank you for the appearance. Of course. So yeah, Randy Moss said that he does think that Justin Jefferson can end up being the greatest wide receiver ever play the game and definitely be the greatest Viking receiver ever, which coming from Randy Moss, that's a huge compliment. He also said that, you know, Justin Jefferson, he goes out there and he gets the yards, and that's important. He's like, that's what gets wide receiver the likes. That's what gets them the hearts. But then he also said he needs to see Justin Jefferson get into the end zone a little more. Now, I don't know if that's something that he meant or if that was his way of kind of like throwing himself back into the conversation, because Randy Moss didn't have nearly as many yards as Justin Jefferson right now, but he had a lot more touchdowns than Justin Jefferson had at this point in his career. So, Cody, what do you think hearing that? Because I know you're kind of big on Jefferson surpassing Moss.
Yeah, so and I liked what Randy Moss was saying about Justin Jefferson, because I do think he will become the best wide receiver in Vikings history. The touchdown things, to me, last year JJ scored 10, right, after only scoring 5. So he's getting up in the double digits. I don't think we'll ever see a wide receiver like Randy Moss or any wide receiver out there that will put up touchdowns in the 20s ever again in the NFL. I just don't think the NFL to this day is built like that anymore. I think that getting the end zone, throwing the ball in the end zone is tough. The closest guy to do it was Jamar Chase, and that has the most prolific offenses that we've seen in a very long time in Cincinnati, and he had 17. Couldn't eclipse that 20 mark. Does Justin Jefferson catch Randy Moss's touchdowns? Probably not. Probably won't happen. But he will dust him in the yards, right? I just think that today's NFL, we won't see that unless the running back makes a resurgence in the NFL. And we are seeing somewhat of a resurgence, though. I just don't think it'll happen. I don't think there'll ever be a wide receiver to score 20 touchdowns in a season ever again.
So, Fish, we kind of talked about this a little bit earlier, but what is it that makes Justin Jefferson so special? Like, what stands out about him that might be better than Moss?
I don't know, man, because
this is going to be one heck of a party. Sarah is throwing a birthday party. We're going to have a party for Fish on Sarah.
Oh, my God. Sarah's going to have me drunk while I'm reading the intro. I don't know that I can say that there's anything that makes JJ better than Moss. You know, if you go back and you watch, you know, you've got some recency bias. JJ is a great route runner. But I'll be damned, man. I watched Moss's entire rookie season of receptions. He was running great routes, too. He ran everything on the route tree. He ran over the middle. He did everything. I will say, though, that I agree with him. You know, we talk a lot about our offense moving great between the 20s and then just sputtering out and having to settle for a field goal, not scoring enough points, all that stuff. Guess who can fix that? The best wide receiver in the league. And maybe if he's got somebody that can deliver him the ball in a clutch situation, he might be able to. I agree. He's got to score more touchdowns. Yards is whatever. Points is what wins. And, you know, until we can show that we can run the ball in the red zone, impose our will, until we can do that, we need to be able to throw it. We need to be able to throw it to the best player on our team, arguably. So yeah, I agree with old Randy. I agree with Super Freak. Start catching more touchdowns.
T-Bass just said the greatest Viking wide receiver of all time, by the way.
Whatever.
Chris Carter, hands down.
Well, he might not be wrong.
I mean, that depends how you define greatest, because if you just go like who's the greatest wide receivers of all time, Randy Moss is above him in every list.
I know.
There is. So like I get like longevity wise, and Chris Carter is one of my favorite all-time Vikings. And we actually already had this discussion with T-Bass when we did the Jefferson versus Moss conversation. So he's just bringing that back up again. He said that we were being disrespectful to Chris Carter, which we were not. I mean, it's pretty unanimous that Moss is the greatest receiver for the Vikings. Chris Carter would have it based on longevity, but
like when people argue Jerry Rice is the greatest of all time, they also bring up Chris Carter here and there. They don't bring up Randy Moss to Jerry Rice.
Bullshit.
No, they do not bring up Randy Moss and Jerry Rice.
Bullshit. The debate is always, is it Jerry Rice or Randy Moss for number one? Chris Carter is never in that conversation.
Well, I'd argue
with guys, just real quick while I've got it on my mind, because, you know, my internet blinked for a minute. How many shots do I owe Sarah at this point?
I took 2 of them.
I think you're drinking a bottle, buddy.
Yeah.
So get something you like.
Get some of that.
I could tally it up at the end of the night, but I'm just saying, get something you enjoy.
Yeah, Laquan Treadwell, greatest of all time. Shaq, Jesus. Yeah.
Mason jar. Give me some apple pie moonshine.
Well, while we're talking about great receivers and good receivers, then we're talking about Justin Jefferson. There was a list that came out yesterday. I'm sure you guys saw it. It was a list of the wide receivers voted on by players, executives, coaches, scouts, and they listed the top 10. And Justin Jefferson wasn't number one. It was Jamar Chase. Do you guys have any problem with that?
This is heading into 2025, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. He's got Joe Burrow throwing him the football. He's going to put up more yards than Jefferson and going to have more touchdowns than Jefferson. It makes sense. For 2025, Jamar Chase, unless we see something from J.J. McCarthy that gives Jefferson the ball, like Joe Burrow gives Chase the ball, I don't see nothing wrong with that list.
More importantly, at this time next year, we will be talking about how Justin Jefferson is once again number one on that list.
Sorry, I'm helping somebody out real quick. Unc can't get on the YouTube, so I'm trying to get him the Facebook link. Yeah, I don't have a problem with it either. Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, depending on what Sunday it is, and I don't think that's any slap in the face to either of them. Jamar Chase is one who actually talks a lot of smack, even about JJ, but we know that they're good friends, and he came out and said that it's either going to be himself or Justin Jefferson that gets to 2,000 yards. So, and I believe that's true. I don't think there's anybody else who's going to get there. What I thought was crazy about this whole thing was somebody actually put Justin Jefferson fourth.
That's a Packers coach or scout.
Who's 2 or 3?
No, that's the.
It didn't say who. It just said somebody put him fourth on their list out of the voters.
Whoever was Philadelphia Eagles scout in 2020 put Justin Jefferson at fourth.
Right, T-Bass, but all those stats were based on longevity, and that's not to take nothing away. I mean, that in its own way kind of makes him greater just because he was there for a long time and, is a no doubt Minnesota Viking. Randy Moss, people are going to associate him with the Patriots. But we'll see. Justin Jefferson, he may break every record and may play for the Vikings his whole career. To be determined. Bleacher Report had a lot to say about the Vikings this week, and none of it was good. I feel like we've been getting some good press, but Bleacher Report had to bring us back down to earth. They predicted what team will finish in last place of every division. And in the NFC North, they had the Minnesota Vikings. Mostly hitting on the reason being having a rookie quarterback. Basically, an essentially rookie quarterback that hasn't taken a snap. And what's crazy about that actually is the Vikings have never had a quarterback start week 1 that hasn't taken a snap before. Came across that little tidbit during this. So that is actually kind of crazy, but doesn't scare me. Like, do you think there's anything to this? Like, is it fair for people to have doubts and think that the Vikings are going to finish below like the Chicago Bears?
I think it's fair. But I also think it's fair that any team in the NFC North can finish in the 4th place. Everything relies on the quarterback, J.J. McCarthy. It's the most important position in football. It makes sense for what they're trying to say, but in my eyes, any team in the North can finish dead last. So I don't think it's that big of a knock. I just think it's a less of a knock than the other 3 teams.
I think it's a pretty big knock, and then I just don't know how much they're actually paying attention over there at Bleacher Report, because they try to make J.J. McCarthy's injury way worse than it is. They're like, oh, he had to have multiple surgeries, and he's got to work his way back into playing shape. I'm like, no, he doesn't. It's just he's got to work as much as anybody does in the offseason. And then he also says he doesn't know how J.J. is going to do without a complimentary running. We don't have a running game.
Well, the key word is complimentary. I mean, is it complimentary? Like, when we need the running game to score a touchdown and when we're in the red zone, does that happen? Does it always pick up the first down on 3rd and short?
We arguably have a top 10 running back room.
Well, yeah.
You know what? I wish these putzes would stop hedging their bets and saying, well, we don't know. You don't know what you have with any rookie quarterback. Were they calling Washington to be in 4th place in the division last year because they had a rookie quarterback? They said Patriots were going to be in 4th place, but that's because the entire roster sucked. It wasn't because they had Drake May. I wish they would just be honest and say, we think J.J. McCarthy's not that good.
Yeah.
So that's why the Vikings are going to place 4th in the division, and the Vikings will be drafting a quarterback in another year or 2. Oh, well, you just don't know what you have. No, they think McCarthy sucks. They think he's not going to be a good NFL quarterback. That's the only reason, because they didn't say that they thought the Bears would be in fourth place last year. They had a rookie quarterback who had attitude issues. Bunch of weak-kneed, soft-bellied pussies.
And Shaq says we didn't have Donovan Jackson last year. So that's a plus, right?
We didn't have that offensive line from like last year.
And Fish, I think you're right.
He hasn't taken an NFL snap. Why don't they doubt on him?
I wanted to think of something smart to say, and I couldn't get it out, so we're gonna move on. But I do think you're right. I mean, it definitely is just hate on JJ McCarthy. And like Boyd was saying in the chat, if JJ McCarthy starts off on fire and we start off like 4-0, they're gonna be saying we knew this is what this kid had. We knew Minnesota had something special. But right now, what they're saying is they also went through every NFL team and pointed out who their player most likely to bust is. And guess who that was?
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't Donovan Jackson.
But that's like everybody in this fan base too. Like if JJ
McCarthy.
If JJ McCarthy is dog shit Monday Night Football week 1, all the I told you so's are going to come out strong, right? And then even the I told you so's who wanted to watch JJ McCarthy fail, if he balls out week 1, they're going to be like, I told you so. He balled out. It's just how the fan base is too.
Got another Packer fan in the building, but he's being respectful, so we'll keep it respectful, and thank you for that.
Yeah, Steve,
yeah, Cody.
Learn a lesson.
Yeah, Steve. Cody, I don't know. I think this fan base might give JJ a little bit of grace. I really do. I don't think it's going to be one game and they're down on him. I could be totally wrong about that. I could be giving our fan base too much credit, but I do think he will get a little bit of grace. But I do still think as a fan base, we expect to make the playoffs. And if we don't, then there's going to be a problem.
And I hope there is no problem. Peyton Manning threw 20 interceptions.
And went 1 in 15.
And 1 in 15. Like I hope
I don't want to see that. But the difference is he went into a team that was terrible because he was the number 1 overall pick. JJ McCarthy's inheriting a 14-win team full of veterans, former All-Pros, former Pro Bowlers. Like there's no reason for us not to.
It took Peyton Manning a while to get a Super Bowl team, right? I mean, he had Marvin Harrison when he joined there in '98. So,
yeah, Troy.
I don't want to think about that, Anthony, because I think if he gets injured, then we're kind of screwed. Because it's not because I think JJ McCarthy is going to come out and be Patrick Mahomes, but JJ McCarthy's who we're going through the whole offseason with. That's who he's out there working with the receivers and tight ends right now. He's at a high school somewhere working with them. He's got Justin Jefferson out there with him. I've never seen any of the other quarterbacks able to get Justin Jefferson out there in the field like on his own accord. So like they're working and they're building something with JJ McCarthy. So it would be terrible if we had to go another route, just based on that alone and not just on the skill. Number 2 and 3 at quarterback right now. It's going to be Sam Howell and Rippon unless we go get Kirk Cousins.
Yeah. I mean, I like Sam Howell. I liked him when he came out of college. And what's funny about Sam Howell is he reminds me of Case Keenum of all quarterbacks. That's who he reminds me of.
That's fine. I'm fine with that.
Like I'm cool with it. Oh, fuck it. I mean, if it's a miracle run, and then it's a miracle run. Like, are we really expecting this fan base JJ McCarthy, who hasn't taken a single meaningful NFL pro snap, to take us all the way to the Super Bowl and win it all? I know it's going to be a miracle run either way you look at it, even if it's JJ McCarthy as starting quarterback or it's Sam Howell as starting quarterback. So just be happy with what you got right now, because it's no matter what, for us to make Super Bowl, it's a miracle.
No, I'm stoked, and I say it every week. I feel like it's coming fast. Like I saw some people saying, "Oh man, it's been the longest offseason ever," and it's like I don't feel that way. I feel like the season's almost here. It's less than 2 months away. Like they're next week they're going to be starting training camp. And then 2 weeks after that, it's already going to be a preseason game. Like we're 20 days away from a preseason game.
Yeah, that's so stuff. We're planning our trip to week 2 already. Like we're like, where are we gonna eat? What time you picking me up? Like
Yep.
it's coming. It's coming fast.
It's in the air. It's in the air, right, Fish?
Mm-hmm. I should
All right.
probably go to sleep now so I can get up on time to go get Cody and get up there.
You guys, all right. I don't know if you know this, but Fish is gonna drive from it's Kentucky, right?
Murray, Kentucky.
Murray, Kentucky. He's gonna drive from Kentucky Friday night up to Missouri to pick up Cody around 3 a.m, and then from Missouri head to Minnesota in one straight shot. These boys don't want to fly, so I'm gonna fly from California, and hopefully our times just meet up right. But yeah, they are taking one hell of a road trip to get to that game.
So here's the deets. I work Friday. As soon as I get off, I'm going home, going to bed. Going to wake up about 10 p.m., drive 5 hours to go get Cody, and then it's 9 hours from Cody to Minneapolis. That's what I'm talking
What's up, Unc?
What up, Unc?
No one else can see your comments, but we can. We're the only ones who need to see them. If you say anything cool, we'll put it on the screen.
Yes.
For some reason, he can't get on YouTube right now.
But
someone said that KOC needs to get play calling. I've actually said that for a while. I just don't think it's gonna happen. I think that's why they keep Wes around, and then he get his extension. Mm-hmm. So he's not going anywhere.
I mean, do we want to have KOC give up the play calling?
I do.
I mean,
I want him to run. I want him to run the whole team.
What if he runs the whole team and we go like 2-14, or like?
I'm saying, damn it, start calling plays again, dude. What the hell?
What the fuck? Like, I mean, he made quarterbacks that aren't good look good just by I think.
I'm not going to talk bad about his play calling per se, but his decision making in crucial situations is usually where I end up having a problem. I think he tries to get maybe too cute, on third and shorts and when to go for it on fourth and when not to, and when to use a trick play and when not to. Like, maybe that's just where the problem lies. And getting away from that run game, Cody.
Yeah, 11 carries a game ain't going to do it.
And 9 of those 11 come in the first quarter.
Yeah.
I think this shit on the screen right now is flat out disrespectful, though.
Complimentary run game, Keith.
And that's what I wanted to get to. So CBS put out their list of 32 coaches. I only looked at the top 10 because that's what we're dealing with. They got Tomlin 10, then they got KOC at number 9, Matt LaFleur at 8, Kyle Shanahan 7, Jim Harbaugh at 6, Dan Campbell at 5, Nick Sirianni at 4, John Harbaugh 3, Sean McVay 2, Andy Reid 1. Now, I think it's a pretty good. I think it's a pretty good list, but I do think there's a couple question marks here. Which one's grinding your gear the most, Fish?
The fact that Kevin O'Connell is the former coach of the year and he's number 9. They should have him top 3.
I don't know that I can get to top 3.
He's the coach of the year last year.
He is, but I mean, you have 2 coaches that took their teams to Super Bowls last year.
Okay, great. They're 1 and 2. He's 3. It's top 10 coaches. It's not winningest coaches. He was the coach of the year last year.
Yeah, but is it top 10 coaches heading into 2025, or is it just top 10 active coaches in the league right now?
But going into 2025 is a reflection of last year.
Yeah, Kevin. But it's not that. It's not going into. It's the who's active.
No, I'm going to disagree. That it's going into 2025 because Jim Harbaugh shouldn't be there. Then he's only coached 1 year.
Yeah, he's coached.
So that my biggest gripe is Jim Harbaugh being ahead of him, and that's because he's Jim Harbaugh.
No, my biggest gripe
no.
would be Dan Campbell at 5. I would replace Dan Campbell with KOC and put KOC at 5. I think that would be the smart move there.
I don't know. Like I'm okay kind of with Campbell being a top 5 just because of what they've done the past couple of years. But Jim Harbaugh, I don't even know if he deserves to be on the top 10 list yet. Maybe he can sneak in at 10 because he did have a nice job with the Chargers last year, but he didn't do better than KOC. Kyle Shanahan didn't do better than KOC. I think KOC's trajectory is better than Kyle Shanahan, so I would have him above Shanahan and above Harbaugh. And then why is LaFleur ahead of KOC?
Because
like his job, LaFleur's always on the hot seat. Like every year, it seems like he's on the hot seat with that team.
Well, he's like Mike Tomlin. He makes the playoffs every single year he's been a head coach.
I don't know, man. I think you could put KOC above LaFleur, Shanahan, and Harbaugh. I mean, at least get him down to number 6. And then what has to happen this year to get him to number 5, Cody?
Make it to the Super Bowl. I see one guy made it to the Super Bowl, 2 guys made it to a Super Bowl, 3, 4. Dan Campbell hasn't. 5, 6, 7. I see 7, or I see actually, yes, 8 out of the 10 coaches here made it to a Super Bowl. The only 2 on this list that haven't is Kevin O'Connell and Dan Campbell.
When did Matt LaFleur go?
The 2011 year, didn't he? Or is that Mike McCarthy?
Yeah, how long do you think he's been there, buddy? No.
Matt LaFleur's like your age, Cody.
Yeah, Matt LaFleur. But all the other names are justifiable. I'm kidding. These are Super Bowl coaches.
Jim Harbaugh been to a Super Bowl?
Yeah, Jim Harbaugh.
The 49ers.
49ers.
Yep.
I think he just has to win a playoff game, to be honest. I don't think he has to go to the Super Bowl. Because I think that's what's eluding his resume. Because he's had solid regular seasons. He's done great with quarterbacks. He's changed the culture of the team, but they haven't won a playoff game.
But I mean, look at Dan. You can't. I mean,
beating the Lions once would be nice too, Robbie. Yes, it'd be nice to beat the Lions.
The Dan Campbell would justify what he's at 5. He's won a playoff game.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with Dan Campbell being.
He won Coach of the Year the year before KOC.
Yeah. I don't have a problem with Dan Campbell being in the top 5.
I don't have a problem with any of these. I just think Dan Campbell and KOC should be
McVay being number 2, maybe even a little bit questionable because I mean, what have they done since the Super Bowl? That was like 4 years ago now, almost 5.
Well, they beat us.
Cool.
By 10 plus points or more.
Way to beat Sam Darnold.
Cody, we swept the Packers last year.
Yeah, I mean,
and we beat the shit out of the 49ers last year.
Yeah.
Didn't we play the Chargers last year and win? Or did we play them this year?
Fun fact, whenever the Vikings play the Ravens, if they beat the Ravens, the Vikings go to the NFC Championship. When the Vikings lose to the Ravens, they fire the coach that year.
Make or break here.
So either we're going to the NFC Championship or KLC is getting fired and never seen that extension.
Yeah.
I don't think the Bills head coach gets a lot of love, Tommy, to be honest. I think it's wearing off. Sirianni, I wouldn't have a problem with him being number 2.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. I mean, that definitely kick out Kevin O'Connell off this list. You start adding Sirianni and the Bills head coach.
I mean, I could see it, Bob. I could really see it. I'm not going to argue with you on that one. All right. So, yeah, I just wanted to, bring this up and see where they got former coach of the year at number 9 or current coach of the year at number 9. I think he should be at least at number 6. And I think with a playoff win, he might be able to be inside the top 5 next year. Something that just came out today. You can see Cody's comment underneath his name is Jordan Addison had his trial, and we got a little bit of resolution. His trial was originally slated for Tuesday. It got moved to today, and he pled guilty to a lesser charge of wet reckless, which is a term I had never heard before, so I had to look it up. And basically, it's a DUI charge being reduced to reckless driving with the added detail that alcohol or drugs were involved. So essentially, it's a less severe charge than the DUI and results in lighter penalties and consequences, at least off the field. As of right now, it's looking like he's going to have to do some online classes, pay a fine, maybe have like 6 months of probation. However, with the NFL, when you plead to a lesser charge, it's basically pleading guilty in their eyes. And the baseline of being guilty of a first-time DUI is 3 games. Mm-hmm. The language, though, there is some wiggle room where it doesn't have to be 3 games. It's really in the commissioner's hands. So if the commissioner feels like, Jordan Addison's been doing stuff community wise. Like he's been talking at for Mad Mothers Against Drunk Driving. Like he has been doing some stuff. So the commissioner may give him credit and may show some leniency. Probably not likely. Probably likely that we're Addison-less for 3 games.
Yeah, I think 100%. I think we're going to be Addison-less for 3 games. I think him extending the trial out, pleading the not guilty, was to help his situation out, not his suspension out, because he knew he's getting suspended. He just needed to figure out a way to lesser what his burden is going to be towards the court. He knew from all along that he's going to get that 3-game suspension. He just needed the lesser the fines to pay for all this jazz. Just like if anybody who ever gets a traffic violation, you're always going to go for the lesser amount, even if you have to plead guilty to it.
I don't think it's just money, that gets you out of the DUI to this wet reckless charge.
I mean, yeah, wet reckless is people know it's a DUI when they see wet reckless. Oh yeah, it's a DUI. So, I mean, I hope what happens. The best case scenario, NFL throws a 3-game suspension at him and he appeals it, and he's like, "Hey, give me, I'll appeal it down to 2 games." And NFL's like, "Okay," and that's what he gets.
By the way, if you guys are watching this on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already and give us a like. Doesn't cost you guys anything, but it helps us a lot. What do you take from this, Fish?
Well, I'm a little taken aback because I really thought wet and reckless had to do with like a water slide at a park. I mean, I think he helped himself out personally, but the league's going to get him. I think this is his, second offense? So I think that the chances of him getting less than 3 games is pretty slim. We expected it, and it's coming. So it's Jalen Naylor time.
At least he bulked up and looks like a new man, so we'll see. And as it was also said in the comments, it might be a little bit of Ty Felton time. He's going to get a chance early to show that he could be a part of this team. And we've kind of talked about it among ourselves. These wide receivers are getting paid a lot of money, even like wide receiver 2s. And if Addison comes back from the suspension and has a great year, I mean, he's going to be up for a contract after the next season. And the going rate for a wide receiver 2 of his caliber might be $25 to $30 million. I don't know that the Vikings are going to be able to afford to pay that kind of money to him. Mm-hmm. So it might be really time to think about trading Jordan Addison, which I hate to say after this season if he has a good year. So Jalen Naylor can really do a lot for himself this year by having a good season, and it'll probably start as wide receiver 2. This is a contract year for him, last year of his deal. So he's auditioning either for us or for another team, and it could be us. Mm-hmm. So he's going to have a good chance. And Ty Felton's going to get a chance that, a lot of third stringers wouldn't get. He's going to probably be wide receiver 3. Rondell Moore might be able to get in there if he's healthy. I'm not sure. I'm not banking on him being healthy week 1, but it's possible. I think Ty Felton's going to have the shot at wide receiver 3. And I saw asked in the comments, no, we did not re-sign Brandon Powell.
Yeah. And it's funny, too. This is Addison's 3rd year. After this year, with all rookies, you start seeing rookies wanting to, hey, where's my contract extension? They start talking about it, and it gets kind of hairy during the offseason to where, hey, I might want to sit out. And it's like we saw it with Jefferson. He didn't sit out, but he's like talking about that extension after that 3rd year. But yeah, it's a hard place in a rock, right? You're like, do you want the ball out so he gets paid all that money, or do you not want the ball out? Just keep steady Jordan Addison at that 900 yards, 8 touchdowns, and that way his contract is not as big to where you are able to re-sign him.
Our rookie QB Jordan will bet on himself a little bit and try to go to next year where he could probably have a full season, get over 1,000 yards, and bump his price tag up.
Yeah, no, definitely he's gonna come out, and I want him the ball. There's no I want to play around and he be mediocre. Like I want the ball out. Like I want to try to win a Super Bowl, and then I really won't care. But our rookie quarterback deal will allow us to re-sign Addy, and I'm gonna disagree with that because they're only 1 year behind each other. Like JJ is gonna be due the year after Addison, So they'll be getting paid at the same time. Like you can't keep saying the rookie quarterback deal every single year. Eventually, he's not the rookie quarterback deal. What's up, Shaq?
What's going on?
Just talking Vikings on a Thursday.
You said what now?
I said just talking Vikings on a Thursday. What you got going on?
Just finished doing an emergency call. I just finished, so I'm able to hop on the call. I do think we're still able to re-sign Jordan Addison. We could just push his contract back. You know, we could just play with the numbers. As long as we could fit it under that cap space, which always goes up, we can make something work.
Yeah, I don't know that you want to be paying two wide receivers $70 million like the Bengals are doing.
And the Eagles.
Well, the Eagles already won their Super Bowl. The Vikings won Super Bowl. I don't care what they do for the next 5 years.
Yeah, I'm watching cricket. I'm watching cricket and pool.
Robbie, thank you for the donation, but I don't get your hate for Jordan Addison. I really don't. He's been one of the more productive wide receiver twos in the league. We understand he's not a wide receiver one. Well, most of us do, but he is a very productive wide receiver two. But thank you for the donation.
Thanks, Robbie.
Yes. Hey, we're collecting a lot of gas money here, Fish. This is good.
Oh, my liver is going to be hurting. I'm going to be right there.
Yeah, you're going to be screwed.
Steve, ask that in another way. What do you mean worried about Addison? Worried how? Like, we're worried that he's going to miss the first 3 games of the year, so we're going to be down one of our key players, but
I mean, Steve, wouldn't you be worried if Christian Watson was going to miss some games during this? Oh, my bad.
Von Miller signed with the Commanders today.
Von Miller. We already got Von Miller at home.
We're worried about the house on Betamax. So, did you guys see who was in the top 100 today? It wasn't a Viking, right?
Don't they only do like 2 a week?
No, it's like 2 a day.
I feel like we had this discussion last week.
Yeah, we did, but it's 2 a day. I don't think it was the Viking. It would have been all over my social media. So right now it's still just Aaron Jones at 98, Van Ginkel at 88, and I think they're down to
71.
Yeah, 71. I'm starting to think we might not see another Viking on this list until they get to Justin Jefferson.
What? Fuck out of here.
Wait, no.
I'm not counting Sam Darnold.
I know, but I what did I say?
I don't know what you said. What'd you say?
What did you say?
Remember our little group chat?
No. 3? I don't remember that. Yeah, I have to pull up that receipt because, I mean, I definitely thought it'd be more like 5, and that's definitely not going to happen now because Darisaw might be able to sneak on there still. Yeah, he might have enough respect to get on there. I don't think Byron Murphy's going to make it. I think Grenard's getting disrespected, but I don't think he's going to be inside the top 70. So it'd be pretty disrespectful coming off a 14-win season to only get the 3 because, I mean, Justin Jefferson's a shoo-in, and then you're telling me that Aaron Jones and Van Ginkel were the only ones? Not a big deal. This list doesn't mean anything, but still.
Number 73 was Christian McCaffrey, down 70 spots, only played 4 games.
You gonna take him in the first round of your fantasy draft, Cody?
Hell no.
Please?
No. If we do some side action talk.
Yeah, so that sucks. We probably won't have too many 100 players. And I do still think Sam Darnold's going to make it, Shaq, but he's a Seahawk, so I don't care.
As long as they show the Vikings highlights, that's all I need to see.
They're going to go back and show his 49er highlights when he got in for that one game in the fourth quarter. Cody, you got to call it for us?
Yeah, so I got a call that deals with our guy Jordan Addison this week. despite the potential of him missing 3 games and all this talk about J.J. McCarthy being a handoff quarterback and a tight end seeker, whatnot, I have Jordan Addison outpacing both Justin Jefferson and T.J. Hawkinson in targets, reception, and yards from week 7 through 10. For 4 weeks, Jordan Addison will be the best wide receiver on the Vikings, which will allow him to finally reach that 1,000-yard career mark.
All right. Before I buy or sell, I need to know why week 7 through 10 and what brought you to call on this one.
Because week 7 through 10, in my eyes, are the hardest defensive teams that will be playing, right?
Okay.
And what are they going to do? What are those defensive teams going to do? They're going to bracket. They're going to double Justin Jefferson. And you got guys like Derwin James, physical guys like Cooper DeJean that are going to ball up on T.J. Hawkinson. They're going to make sure they put him in his spot. And I think that leaves one person wide open, which we didn't have the ball going to him in those tough games against really good defenses because Sam Darnold couldn't read a slant route to save his life, right? I think Jordan Addison, this will be the time where he finally gets those balls in which you see him wide open on the plays because those tough defenses are too busy bracketing Justin Jefferson. I think weeks 7 through 10 are the toughest defenses we'll play this year, right? For 4 straight games, he will outpace both those receivers in targets, yards, and receptions.
Okay, I see where you're headed with that. Michael Fish, what do you think? You buying this during our gauntlet that Jordan Addison is going to lead this team in receptions, targets, and yards?
And touchdowns. Buying it.
Oh, and touchdowns. You know, touchdowns I'll buy maybe even for the whole season. But the 7 through 10, Fish, you buying or selling?
I'm buying it. Definitely buying it.
I'm gonna sell. I'm gonna sell, and the only reason I'm selling is because I have to. It's because I got a prediction that Hawkinson's gonna win the Triple Crown among tight ends. So I think when it comes, down to Jefferson getting bracketed, he's gonna lean on his tight end. That he being J.J. McCarthy. I think that's gonna be a big time for Hawkinson to step up and be big. Would I like it if it ends up, being Addison having a big middle part of the season? I'd love it. But I'm gonna go with it's gonna be Hawkinson, and those 4 games, whatever, that 7 to 10 stretch, Justin Jefferson might be our third best pass catcher. Mm-hmm. I could see that. So there's definitely something to this. What about you, Shaq? You buying or selling?
So I'm selling. I thought you was gonna steal my take, but yeah, I'm selling only because I feel like T.J. Hawkinson is gonna really have a bounce back year, and I feel like that might actually be JJ's go-to target. I kind of talking about this in the chat, our group chat. Basically, TJ is gonna be the main outlet, and then Justin Jefferson and Addison is gonna be the explosive plays that we try to hit up after TJ takes the bulk of the receptions. Even though I really want Addison to go off and prove that he's a number 1 receiver, I think T.J. Hawkinson is just going to be doing too much.
All right, so me and Shaq are selling, Fish is buying. But I do like it. I like where you're at with that one. We're at the – remember to check it on that one. I'm saving all of the Cody calls it. Did you see JJL's comment, Cody?
Yeah, I'm texting right now on it. Damn. That sucks, man. So he's usually down in Iowa City a lot. If you want to go see T.J. Hawkinson, he sticks pretty close to the Hawkeyes.
Addison is elite. Really be feeling. We got 2 Jettas out there at times. Man, hey, Jared, you're not wrong. And I think some people are a little bit down on Addison because he didn't have a lot of big games. He had a couple really big games, but it wasn't consistent. But if you go back and watch, he was open a lot. It's just Sam Darnold kind of had that tunnel vision for Justin Jefferson when the better play would have been to go to Addison. So hopefully J.J. McCarthy is a little better at making that second and third read, and that should go into a bigger year for Addison. Banion's an elite coach.
And I think for us to even sniff the playoffs, I think Jordan Addison needs to have a big 4 weeks within that stretch for us to get to there. And I'm not the biggest Jordan Addison fan, as everybody knows on this, but I'm rooting for him. I want to see him get 1,000 fucking receiving yards this year.
Well, since we're talking about these pass catchers, we might as well just go ahead and jump into this.
Ooh! Did you just segue yourself?
Every week we're gonna break down a position group or two. This week we're gonna do the pass catchers, which is the tight end and the wide receivers. We're gonna go through each player, then we're gonna grade the groups, and we're gonna compare them to last year. See, did we get better, worse, or about the same? If you look at our projected right now, we got TJ Hawkinson, Josh Oliver locks, tight end 3. We're gonna have a big offseason battle between Gavin Bartholomew and Ben Urosek, or maybe they bring somebody in. But as of right now, tight end 3 probably goes to one of them, and tight end 3 is something big in this offense. We use Johnny Munt pretty often. That's part of KOC's plan, is to use this tight end. So, that's nothing to look past. Wide receivers, we got Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, Jalen Naylor, Ty Felton, Rondell Moore. And for now, we got Silas Bolden on there, thinking he might make it as a kick returner. It could end up being Lucky Jackson or somebody else. But for now, that's what we're rolling with. So starting off, we got TJ Hawkinson. He's only 28 years old. I feel like this guy's been in the league forever, but he's entering his 7th season. He's got 27 starts for the Vikings. And if you look at his stats there, 196 receptions, 1,934 yards, and 9 touchdowns. That's 7 catches, 72 yards, and a touchdown every 3 games, which I think that's pretty good. I think a lot of people are down on TJ Hawkinson as far as Viking fans, and I don't know if that's because of what he got paid, but before he got his knee injured, he was having a rock solid season. And last year he was coming back from that injury, and it took a while to get into the flow of things. I think he's going to be huge for us. His PFS were pretty good last year if you buy into PFF. How do you guys feel like when you say TJ Hawkinson is our tight end, Cody?
Top 3 tight end in the league.
So you feel good about it?
I feel really good about it. After the injury, I didn't feel good. I think it would take him a while to get back to the person he was, the tight end he was supposed to be. And I think towards the end of the year, you started seeing him gradually going off, and that's good for this year. I think he's getting back to where he should be at as a top 3 tight end, and I think it's going to start again week 1. You see all these videos of him, JJ McCarthy out there playing catch, no shirt on, abs sticking out like Wolverine and Deadpool, right? And I think he's going to be a top 3 tight end. I think it's going to start week 1. I think he's back to form. I was hoping he was going to be back to form the start of last year. Didn't happen. But this year, he is definitely back to form.
Michael Fish, how do you feel to say TJ Hawkinson is our tight end 1?
Pretty damn good. The whole time you guys were talking, I was sort of having this internal debate about, I see his numbers, but he really wasn't that great coming back from the injury last year. Reminded me of Cook coming back from his injury, where he just didn't look the same, but he did start to catch the seam pass as the season went on. I think he's gonna be pretty close to what he was pre-injury, maybe not quite there. But yeah, he's gonna be pretty damn good. I won't say top 3. I'll say he'll probably be about number 6 in the league, which that's still all right.
That won't work for my hot take, Fish.
I know.
I'm gonna need him to be number 1. Shaq, where's your confidence in TJ Hawkinson as our starting tight end?
Well, I'm very confident. Piggybacking off of what Cody said, top 3. Hopefully, he could be the number 1 tight end in the league. Because people seem to forget when we made that trade for TJ Hawkinson, it wasn't no gradual thing. Like, he had to work himself into the offense. We basically made him the offense, and he was balling out for us. It just so happened that, he unfortunately got that ACL, MCL injury, and then he had to come back from it. And it's not an easy injury to come back from. We talked about this before. Not everybody's going to come back like Adrian Peterson and rush for 2,000 yards. It kind of takes time, and you don't really get to see that player come back fully until the second year recover from that injury. So I'm hoping TJ Hawkinson continues from where he left off when we first traded for him and start the ball out with Justin Jefferson and J.J. McCarthy.
Oh, sounds like we're all sold and happy to have T.J. Hawkinson here as our tight end 1. Tight end 2, we got Josh Oliver, who's also 28 years old, entering his 6th season. Now, he hasn't been much of a pass catcher for us, but, he has actually been pretty big when we call upon him to catch a pass. For his career with the Vikings, he's caught 28 passes. Not a lot for, 2 seasons?
Mm-hmm.
But those 28 catches have all either been for a first down or a touchdown. So we call on him, to make a catch when we need it, and he makes that catch, and that's all you could really ask for. But that's not what we brought him here for. He's a blocker. He's an extra tackle on the outside. And you look at that. Last year, PFF had him as the number 1 run blocker, middle of the pack as far as pass blocking. I don't know how important a tight end pass blocking is, but run blocking, he's number 1. And his overall offensive PFF, 8 out of 83 tight ends. So, he's doing very well for us. What do you guys feel about paying him that nearly $8 million a year to be a blocking tight end? Go ahead, Cody.
So if you look at top tier backup tight ends, they're getting paid around $4 to $6 million, right? And that they're coming in they're good at one thing. Mo Alley Cox, he's good at the receiving portion as your backup tight end. You're not paying for an all-around tight end as a backup tight end. So Mo Alley Cox gets paid $6 million. Will Dissly gets paid $5-point-something million a year, right? To get Josh Oliver, are you going to put him in the same tier level as Mo Alley Cox and Will Dissly, or are you going to put him in a tier above them?
Probably above.
Put it above him. So he's well deserving of his $8 million. It's $2 to $3 million more than what the top tier tight ends are getting right now. I think if Hawkinson wasn't on this team, we see Josh Oliver step up every single time. So he's not the prolific pass catcher like TJ Hawkinson is, but he comes into the game number 1 pass blocking or run blocking tight end according to PFF in the league, right? And we want to try to run the ball more. It's definitely worth the money. He's definitely a top tier tight end on a different team. Let's say the Browns that didn't have Njoku, or the Jaguars, he would be tight end 1 on that team, right? He'd be the starting tight end. So $8 million is perfectly fine for him.
Fish, how you think he's going to help out, with our new quarterback, Justin Jefferson?
I actually think the biggest help he's going to have is going to be in the red zone. I think we're going to see a little bit of a jump up in his touchdown receptions, because he is great at boxing out, creating space, and being a big target in the end zone. And, for all the confidence I have in McCarthy going into it, I think that once the field gets smaller and you got that extra defender with being the back of the end zone, I think JJ is going to need a little assist. He's going to need a little comfort, especially in the beginning of the season. And I've always been a big fan of Oliver since we signed him. I always say it, this is a fishism. He was a prolific pass-catching tight end in college. He didn't just forget how to do that. Sure, the Ravens made him into a blocking tight end. But if we had to call upon him to catch 4 or 5 balls a game, he could do it.
Yeah, absolutely. He can only catch what's thrown to him, and he usually does. And like I said, he's got 28 passes for us. Every single one has either been a first down or a touchdown. So he's very dependable.
Run in the open field after he catches a ball is about as close as you can get to seeing an offensive lineman run. So it's fun. He's a house play.
I could see JJ McCarthy getting him involved. Yeah, they ran a lot of 2 tight end sets last year. And I would expect them to run a lot more this season when they want to try to get the run game going, but also give J.J. McCarthy that security. So, Shaq, looking at these 2 guys, one of these guys is going to be our tight end 3 most likely. Do you have a preferred one?
Nick Muse.
Nick Muse. I thought about that. I honestly did. But I don't know. Is he still with the Eagles, coming off that Super Bowl championship?
Yeah, I think so. Him and Lewisine, they went on to winning things. So I say I'll probably stick with Ben Urosek from Georgia. Cody was joking about the top 30 visits and about us getting Ben Urosek, and we actually got him. But I feel like, you can't go wrong with one of the Georgia tight ends because they install a good scheme for what they want their tight ends to do. I don't expect them to be, Brock Bowers or anything, but, just a balanced third string tight end who could do a mix of both. As long as TJ Hawkinson is healthy and Josh Oliver is healthy, I really don't expect much from our backup tight end besides, maybe a couple special team plays and then give Oliver or TJ a breather so they're not running them into the ground.
And not fumble onside kick against the Bears.
Mm-hmm.
Like Johnny Munt did. All right, so let's go ahead and let's grade our tight end group. And I'm going to kick it off. I'm going to give it an A. I like our tight end group. I think we're solid. We got two guys that could catch the ball, but we also have one of the best blockers. And, like tight end 3 doesn't really matter in most offenses. It matters for us a little bit, but I think one of these guys will be fine. What about you, Fish?
Yeah, I'm an A too.
Cody?
Yeah, I'm an A. I think having Josh Oliver as a top tier backup tight end, better than the backup tight ends that are out there in the league, and then having TJ Hawkinson, who has potential to be a top 3 tight end in the league, it's definitely an A for me.
Shaq, you giving this one a C?
So I was gonna give it a B, but listen to you guys, I had to give it an A because TJ Hawkinson is top 3 tight end. And then, we have Josh Oliver, who's one of the best blocking tight ends as a 1-2 punch, allowing us to run more 12 personnel and give J.J. McCarthy, versatility to hand the ball off or do a play action pass to one of the tight ends. I see our offense being very complete, so I got to give our tight ends an A.
Robbie is punching air right now.
Cool.
I don't know where he's at, but Shaq caved to. I don't think Shaq caved to peer pressure.
Yeah, he did.
It was going to be a B. I mean, it's either a B or an A, but, like I said, it would be contradicting myself if I said, TJ Hawkinson is one of the best tight ends, top 3, and then Josh Oliver is one of the best blocking tight ends, and he's a tight end too, so can't get much better than that.
Yeah, I think it's Josh Oliver and the guy from Buffalo that's behind Dalton Kincaid as like the no shit top of the tier backup tight ends out there.
All right, so our tight ends are getting our first A of the year.
There we go.
Might be our only A of the year.
Well, let's move on to them wide receivers.
Let's go to them wide receivers. Starting with this guy. This one's gonna be tough.
That's just next.
26 years old, entering the 6th season. That's crazy. That's crazy.
He's been here a whole career.
Balling out since he was 20.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like I can see him having that Jerry Rice career where he plays till he's 40 years old, and like he's gonna have to if he wants to, break some of Jerry Rice's stats. But in 74 starts for the Vikings, I'm only including starts, so some people might call out, oh, no, he has more yards than that. Well, he had the first 2 games of the year he didn't start, so I didn't put that in here. But in the 74 starts, he's got 488 receptions, 7,335 yards, 15 yards a catch, 41 touchdowns. He's got 40 reception touchdowns. He has that 1 rush touchdown against the Packers on that little like jet sweep he had at the 1-yard line. That was pretty nice. But per game, 6.6 catches, 99.1 yards, and a touchdown every 2 games. When I did this, man, I thought 6 catches is a little low. I think we need to pump that up, like 8-9 catches a game.
He's not have those games where he just disappears because he has that where it's like, oh, he had 3 catches.
Robbie, we did talk about that Chase may be over him, and we're fine with that. I mean, it might go back and forth for the next 5 years, then that's fine. If they're the number 1 and the number 2, that's awesome. But we're just talking about the Viking wide receivers right now. And yeah, you're right, Fish. There is that couple of games where he does disappear, and that kind of drags it down a little bit. But I would like to see him 8 to 9. It'd be cool if he averaged, just get over that 99.1 to 100 and a little more touchdowns, like Randy Moss said. He's a 2-time first-team All-Pro, 2-time second-team All-Pro. So every year that he's been healthy, he's been on one of the All-Pro teams, 4-time Pro Bowler. He's got all the accolades. I question PFF a lot. I question him even more here. I mean, 8 out of 112, 9 out of 112. That's awesome, but what's he not doing to be in the top 3 according to PFF? What do they know that we don't?
I think it's stemming from the quarterback play. I think if you give Justin Jefferson, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase just dusted out of the water. We had Josh Dobbs throw this guy the football. We had Sam Darnold throw this guy the football. We've had Jaron Hall throw this guy the football. We had Sean Mannion throw this guy the football. We had our boy Kirk Cousins throw this guy the football. All those quarterbacks combined could even fill one left shoe of Joe Burrow, right? So
Nick Mullins could.
Yeah, Nick Mullins could probably fill a quarter of that shoe, right? But you look at Justin Jefferson and you look at the quarterback situation, and that's what I think gets us really excited about JJ McCarthy, to where Justin Jefferson is going to have a no shit quarterback, to where he's kind of grooming too. Like, hey, man, this is how I like the ball, right in this corner, right? I'll keep growing with you throughout the year, both on 5-year contracts. You know, I'm going to be there when you get your contract, and my contract will be ready to go too. So it's kind of cool to see that dynamic. It's almost like Montana and Jerry Rice, right? Growing together, right? And that's crazy.
Some people aren't going to like that, Cody.
They're not going to like it, but I mean, they grew together, right? They grew together, made Jerry Rice who he is, right? And made Joe Montana who he is. Justin Jefferson should never be mentioned outside of the top 2. Unless he comes down with a Odell Beckham-like injury and it's just completely done for.
You always got to put those things into the air, man. You're doing so well. You were doing so well.
But I just don't see that. I think Justin Jefferson is the best wide receiver in the league, right? Jamar Chase has Joe Burrow. We haven't had a Joe
That's
Burrow.
Fair. It's like Chris Carter and the Jerry Rice. They played around the same time. You know, Chris Carter is playing with quarterback after quarterback to quarterback, and Jerry Rice is playing with Joe Montana and Steve Young.
Yeah, what
would Chris Carter be if he was actually a 49er during that run?
Yeah, before Tom Brady, the greatest quarterback of all time was Joe Montana.
Right.
The greatest football player of all time was Joe Montana.
Not in that 1987 championship game, right, Fish?
Yay!
Divisional.
Oh, yeah. Divisional. They lost the championship game. Vikings losing an NFC championship game. Go figure. Shaq, what are your expectations for Mr. Justin Jefferson this season with a first-time quarterback?
Could you repeat that? Cut in and out.
Oh, I just what are your expectations for Justin Jefferson this year with a first-time quarterback?
He probably have a little down season. Not really down as in a bad receiver season, but down as in not a typical Justin Jefferson season due to how many weapons we have, and hopefully, KOC says, maybe I should run the ball more, even if it's getting stopped for 1 to 2 yards. Just keep running, and then maybe we could break off more 4 or 5 yard runs, and then hit a play action. So probably less volume, but more scores. I'll say that for Justin Jefferson and JJ McCarthy.
That'd be good for
Man,
his
I hope
career.
you're right.
4 touchdowns. That'd be good for him. Guys, do we need more new primary uniforms? Yes, JJL. Yes to everything you said. I would like to see them go back to that 98 style. And we've seen a couple teams this week going back to their old uniforms. Tampa Bay's doing it. The Chargers are doing it. I would definitely like to see the Vikings. I mean, I guess they have the Classic, which is kind of like that, but I would like to see them. I'd be cool with the Classics if that became their primary uniforms. Those are nice. Those are clean. I'd be cool with that.
We haven't seen the debut of the rivalries uniforms that are coming out this year too, with the NFC West and the AFC North, AFC North.
Right, T-Bass. Rice wasn't the fastest receiver, but he was hard working professional. I mean, it's the same thing that made Chris Carter great. Chris Carter wasn't fast, but he was a hard worker, and he was the body of maneuvering his body. I mean, a master of maneuvering his body.
That's what
just making those sideline catches.
That's what Jefferson does so well too, is the bending and moving of his body.
Then JJ said you don't have to be the fastest to be the best receiver. I think he was telling the kids that.
Yeah, you don't. He proves it. Chris Carter proved it. Jerry Rice proved it. It helps. It helps if you're lacking in other areas, though, for sure. Next, we got Jordan Addison, 23 years old, entering his 3rd season. 32 career games for the Vikings. Got 133 catches, 1,786 yards in those 32 games, an average of 13.4, which is nice. He's got 20 touchdowns, 19 of them being receiving, 1 being rush. He's only getting about 4 catches a game, 55 yards, and a little more than a touchdown every 2 games. So he's getting into the end zone, which is something we need, especially when Justin Jefferson isn't doing that. But I would like to see him get into the 6 or 7 catches per game. And that's not his fault. It's not like he's out there dropping passes. It's not like he hasn't been open. I just think, his rookie season, Kirk went down, week 5, week 6, and then he was playing with Dobbs and Mullins, and I think Jaron Hall was in there a little bit. So not totally his fault. Sam Darnold wasn't looking his way as much as maybe he should have. I think after that 3-game suspension, it could be a big year for him. What are your expectations for him, Fish, when he comes back in that week 4 game?
Like a tyrant. I think that the only shortcoming I really felt about Sam Darnold throughout the season last year was he wasn't able to read the coverages well enough to be able to predict that somebody like Addy was going to come open. He looked him off too soon. I think he's going to come on pretty strong after he gets back from his suspension. I see an upgrade. I see him getting close to that 1,000 yards. I think he's going to do just fine. And also, he's playing for something now. He's getting close to that contract. He's playing for something.
Oh yeah, I mean he's also going to be playing for his rep, to get back in good graces. So, but yeah, the contract's probably a bigger motivator. What do you got on Addison, Cody?
I mean, you already know my expectations. I want to see that 1,000 yard season, right? And I think when he does come back, like you said, the reputation, he's going to have to fight for it. And I think he comes out blazing hot. I think, especially during weeks 7 through 10, where we played tough defenses and they're bracketing, doubling Justin Jefferson, I think he's going to be the key piece that we need during those games for us to make the playoffs. I think that's how well he needs to play, and I think he can play up to that level to get us there. I have him as the best wide receiver on this Vikings team during the weeks 7 through 10.
Just real quick to add on to something I was thinking of too. Now that he's gone through the court proceedings and he's done with it, I really hope that both of the JJs are right in his ear, lifting him up, bringing him past it, telling him to get ready for the season, to get his mind right so he can come on like a demon when he does come back.
I have no doubt that J.J. McCarthy is. I mean, Addison was out there with them playing at the high school, so definitely out there. T-Bass with the hot take right here. I'm selling that like a mofo.
Yeah. I think Ty Felton was going to have a solid year. I just don't think he's going to have as much of a solid year as Addison. There's a reason Addison's a first-round pick in a more stacked draft class than Ty Felton being a third-round pick in a kind of a weak draft class.
Yeah, I think Addison's floor of touchdowns is like 7 or 8, and Felton's ceiling is probably 5.
Yeah. Like Ty Felton would be a 5th-round pick in Jordan Addison's draft class year.
We're just still taking him in the 3rd.
Yeah.
Fish, get over. God, Fish is never gonna get over. Fish ain't gonna get over until Donovan Jackson's an All-Pro. Even then, you're like, well, what did Tate Ratledge do? All right, Jalen Naylor going into the season likely as our wide receiver 3, 26 years old, entering his 4th season. Last year he played all 17 games for the first time. He got 7 starts. He got 28 catches. It sure felt like more than 28, but it was 28 catches. He had 414 yards, averaging 14.8 yards per catch, which is nice. 6 touchdowns. He was like that guy. All he does is catch touchdowns. That sounds like another guy that we had before. So he was only catching about 2 a game, 24 yards, but a touchdown every 3 games. So what do you guys think about Naylor heading into the season? How confident are you feeling if he has to be the wide receiver 2 for the first 3 games?
Man, I'm right there because last year when Addy missed time, or he was prominent. Most of his catches were when he was taking actually that X position. I think if you allow that star to shine right there, he will. Do I ever expect him to surpass JJ? No. But when given the chance, he is going to perform well. And if he would have just not dropped 2 more passes, he'd have 2 more TDs, right, Cody?
Yeah.
I was just gonna say that, Cody. Like, how much does him dropping those 2 touchdowns does that get like fans down on him and kind of take away from what he actually did, especially when he did have to step in for those 2 games that Addison was injured?
Yeah, so I know me and Fish were big Jalen Naylor guys, like ever since his rookie year. There's points where Jalen Naylor's not going to make this team because he's this round draft pick, and he just comes out with it. And we've been pounding and I think that was one of our pound the table in consecutive years for guys that we want to make the roster, right? I think I was Jalen Naylor pound the table, then Fish was Jalen Naylor pound the table in back-to-back years. I think he's going to be fine at wide receiver too. 3 games against the Bears. Bears, a defense that is really good with Jalen Johnson and Tyreek Stevenson. But I think just because of the speed factor, Jalen Johnson won't be able to keep up with Jalen Naylor. I think he is going to have a good game. I'll put him at like 70 yards. I think Jalen Naylor, it will supplement our offense as long as the run game is producing that complementary run game that Bleacher Report was talking about, right? As long as that happens, Jalen Naylor, the first 3 games, I don't have no problem with him being wide receiver 2.
Well, I'll tell you this, Cody. If history is any indicator, we don't want Fish pounding the table for him. We want Fish doubting him.
Skull and roll, Naylor for Niners, Jennings in a 3rd round. We don't have the money for Jennings. I will tell you that right now. You're not getting Jennings.
So what about you, Shaq? How confident are you if we got to run Jalen Naylor out there as wide receiver 2 for 3 games?
I'm fairly confident. I mean, he did it last year because Jordan Addison was coming off an injury. Jordan Addison had that ankle problem, and he wasn't really fully healthy until, like I say, like week 4 or 5. And Naylor, he was going off. When Jordan Addison was out, Naylor was actually looking pretty decent as a wide receiver too. But then once Addison came back, it seemed like Naylor forgot how to catch the ball.
Yeah, but that Rams one really pissed me off because I was there. And that could have changed the whole game. And Sam Darnold may have never got his face mask yanked.
Yeah.
If he catches that ball. But yeah, no, I like our top 3 receivers. And again, this is a contract year for Jalen Naylor. So he's going to be out there auditioning, whether it's for us or for his next team. He's going to be out there to ball in. I don't know if you guys have seen him this past offseason. I mean, this current offseason. The man has bulked up.
Yeah, he's
going to be fast and big.
He's the biggest a tight end right now. That dude's thick.
I don't get this, man. He dropped like 2 passes, and all of a sudden the guy can't catch, and that bugs me. I mean, I'm sure that's among all fan bases. It's not just a Vikings fans thing, but we get down on guys so quick, and like to Cody,
it ain't like he's Irv Smith Jr. I mean, but it does.
That's a great one, Fish. That's a great one, Fish. He's not Irv Smith Jr. That's a good one. I'm drinking water. Let's go, Aaron.
Cheers, Aaron.
Fucking.
I hope your day gets better.
Be the guy that broke his like sobriety of like 10 years.
Yes. Yeah, taking double shots and all that.
Oh my gosh.
And then I went like sober the next day because that was too much drinking. All right. After that, Ty Felton likely our wide receiver 4, but our wide receiver 3 for the first few games, unless it's the next guy. But Ty Felton, 22 years old, 6'2", 182 out of Maryland. I was a small guy. I mean, like skinny-wise. Last year in college, he had 96 catches, 1,124 yards, and 9 touchdowns. You can see his PFF grades. These were at Maryland last year. He had a pretty decent combine showing. And the write-up on him is just he's an elite speedster and precise route runner, which when I was watching his highlights, and yes, Robbie, I didn't watch his games. I watched his highlights. He reminded me a lot of a former Viking who also played at Maryland, Stephon Diggs. And Stephon Diggs, he was a 4th rounder. Ty Felton was drafted in 3rd round, but as a comp pick, which you can basically look at like a 4th rounder. So if he can come in and be Diggs light, I think we might have something there. But I'm excited to see him. Fish, I don't remember. Were you mad at this pick too?
Oh, were you talking to me?
No, the other Fish.
Fuck this pick.
Ah, damn it. I didn't know it was that bad. Can you elaborate?
That's all I got to say about that.
Okay. What? Fuck, Robbie and Fish are agreeing a lot tonight.
Yeah, we are.
You find yourself in the wrong corner sometimes, Fish.
Well, this guy is going to end up being the next Stephon Diggs just because I'm like, why? Why?
And in a way, I want you to keep that energy.
Yeah, that's not
I
bad.
will.
Please, Stephon Diggs again.
I'll trust me. I will. It made no
Cardi
sense
B's available.
to take this guy. I tried to watch some stuff on him so I could try to like him. I can't do it. We had so many other things that we needed to address in this draft, and we took Ty Felton.
If they're confident enough to take him in the 3rd round, then he has to have something qualitative.
Or our GM doesn't know how to draft worth shit, Cody, and history has shown us that's more.
It might not be the GM drafting.
You're making him mad.
It might have been KOC finally taking the reins after the during the K.
Yeah, well then KOC drafts about as well as he calls a running game.
Well, we like the draft picks now after KOC took over, right? I think KOC took over the draft room. I said it during last year's draft. I think KOC said, "Hey, you're drafting these guys."
Lenny, I agree with you right here. I mean, I know I said that maybe we could sign Naylor, but the only way that we end up signing Jalen Naylor is if he does ball out, and then we trade Jordan Addison and make Naylor the wide receiver too. Because there's only 2 things that can happen with Jalen Naylor. One is he sucks and he's not worth giving a contract to, or the other is he balls out and another team is going to overpay him.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I think the only way that Naylor stays is if we do trade Jordan Addison and make Naylor wide receiver too, and I don't think that's a great option. So, yeah, they might be preparing for life ahead of time.
And
Fish doesn't like it, though.
I think KOC's been drafting this whole time since the Jordan Addison pick. Like the very first draft, these both guys come in. It was 2 defensive guys in the first 2 rounds. Now, if you look at the first round, there's always an offense dude in that first round. Boom, 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 boom. Right? And KOC was surprised about the Dallas Turner pick because it made Kwesi might have went off the rails a little bit and grabbed him. You know, and I think that's how it's going. I think KOC is the one picking his players that he has to coach in the draft.
I think you think you're not tore up, Overlord Rex, but stand up real quick and let's see if you still feel like you're not tore up.
I've never even heard of this. Maybe he's so tore up he typed it wrong, but I'd never heard of it. And Lenny, I do think KOC likes Addison a lot, but that's not the issue. We were talking about it earlier that if Addison stays on his trajectory, I mean, he's going to be $25-30 million paired up with Justin Jefferson's contract, Christian Darrisaw's contract, Byron Murphy Jr. I mean, that might not come into play actually, but that's JJ McCarthy's going to have to be paid.
I don't think he's going to be that high if he's on his trajectory right now.
Yeah, I think he will be. He's putting up close to Garrett Wilson numbers, and Garrett Wilson just got like 30 a year.
But Garrett Wilson has 1K every single year.
But he's got like 4 touchdowns every single year. Like
that's fine. But just like Moss said, no one gives a shit about your likes. The money comes from the yards.
No, Moss said money comes from the touchdowns. Actually,
yeah. Then give the money to KJ Osborne at wide receiver 1 money when he scored 8 touchdowns. I don't.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe they'll find a way to pass him, but I don't know. It doesn't seem likely. It's not a very popular thing to do. Yeah, the Eagles are paying. I know, but I don't understand the Eagles salary cap.
It's like
They seem to never
Reds.
have a problem. Because they have one of the highest paid quarterbacks too, and I think it's because they still got the young defenders. Eventually, that's going to catch up to them when they got to start paying all those guys on defense. You know, all them
Give it
Georgia
about 1 or
Bulldogs.
2 more years, and all of a sudden they're going to be shedding people.
Yeah,
Yep.
like the Lions too.
So another guy who may compete for that fourth wide receiver is Rondale Moore, who's still only 25 years old, entering his 5th season. He's only played in 3 because he missed last year. 39 games, 135 receptions, 1,200 yards, 3 touchdowns. You know, he's not a big-time receiver. He's more of a weapon. You know, you can run the screens with him, end arounds. He's done a little bit of punt and kick returns. Oddly enough, the best 2 games of his career have come against the Minnesota Vikings. 2021, he has 7 catches for 114 yards and a touchdown. 2022, 7 catches, 92 yards, and 1 touchdown. Be real interested to know how many active wide receivers have had their best games against the Vikings.
Yeah.
Every single one that played at Donatel's defense.
That's a fact.
Well, Rondale Moore is taking over Powell's position, that gadget, that Trent Sherfield Powell position, that gadget player that you're going to use for the screens and stuff. And you're going to need that player on the team. And if you look on the roster, I mean, you got a 6'2" Felton. Can he be that gadget? I don't think he's going to be that gadget player. He's still going to be in the mix for that X slot, not quite the Y position or the Z, right? So he's the gadget player on the team. He is the Powell. He is the Jarius Wright. He is the Trent Sherfield of our team right now.
Yeah, I don't know if he can cover kicks. He can return them. So, I mean, there's not much to talk about him, but the guy who could be our Sherfield, Silas Bolden.
Yeah, he's another guy that could. And him, it's between Silas Bolden and Rondale Moore for that Powell position. They're small dudes, get lost in translation in the screen. It's gonna be a nice little battle during camp.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know much about Bolden, but I know there's buzz out there about him being a possible returner. His stats as a returner are good. He's housed a couple. He started off at Oregon State, and judging by his stats, he was actually a pretty good wide receiver. But at Texas, they really didn't use him as a receiver. He's more as a kick returner.
There's better receivers in Texas.
I guess, but I mean, the write-ups on him were great. Again, like I never watched him play. I'm just going off of what I've studied up on him, and it looks like he does have potential to play wide receiver. But if he makes this team, I think it's as the kick returner, because there's a lot of buzz about Isaiah Rodgers returning kicks, but I don't think you're going to put our starting cornerback out there returning kicks with the potential of getting injury. So with that, let's go ahead and grade this wide receiver room, starting with you, Michael Fish.
Well, with the addition of Ty Felton in the draft, this is an obvious A+++. I mean, he is just really that finishing touch off of what was already a dominant-looking wide receiver group. I'm so glad that we wasted a 3rd-round fucking pick on him to draft him and make this team, this position group that was already greater. I'm sure he's going to stand out in this room full of stars. It's an A. I don't give a shit about Felton. It was an A with the top 3.
You're going to make Sarah mad. She's going to buy you more shots.
Wait until I get going after I drink all those shots, Sarah.
Oh, boy. I hope we get a happy, joyful Fish, not an angry, grouchy Fish.
Let's talk about our draft that night. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Oh, don't think I'm not going to bring it up. I think I've brought it up every show since then. What about you, Cody? Where are you grading them?
I'm an A. Like Robbie says, we have a 9.5 and a bunch of 6s and 7s. I think we got a 10 and we got a 9, and those top 2 immediately puts us at an A. And then I think we got an 80 in between Ty Felton and Jalen Naylor. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Ty Felton take Jalen Naylor's spot even though I've been knocking on the about pounding on the tail about Jalen Naylor. I think Ty Felton is better than Jalen Naylor. And it includes where he was drafted. Jalen Naylor was 6th round, 7th round pick, moved up through the ranks, got that wide receiver 3 spot. I think Ty Felton is Jalen Naylor's actual first ever competition for wide receiver 3 that he has seen in his career.
So a lot of people in the chat are giving it a B. T-Bass isn't giving any position group an A because we haven't won a playoff game and he just can't do it. Lenny says he's giving it a B because he doesn't love the depth. Excuse me, but
some good depth.
But I'm okay with that. I'm giving it an A. So let me get that out in front because of Jefferson, Addison, and Naylor. Okay, yes, we don't know if Rondell Moore is going to be as shifty as he was. We don't know what we have in Ty Felton. But, I mean, the upside to both those players are better than Brandon Powell, like, in my opinion. So, like, it's already better. It's already better than what we had. And how often did Brandon Powell get out there and run routes? Not often. So, I'm not too worried about the depth. Our top 3 guys, I like them. I think it's one of the top, I don't know, 5 or 6 3 wide receivers. What you can say, Cody?
I said you should quit talking about depth at the wide receiver position. There's not a single team in the NFL depth at the wide receiver position unless you're the Niners, right? You had Debo and Ayuk both go down, but then Jennings, right? And that's the depth. That's probably the best depth that you'll ever see in the NFL at the wide receiver position. No team besides them 49ers has depth in the NFL. So you can't blame it on depth.
What do you got, Shaq?
So I gotta give this position group an A. We have a top 3 number 1 receiver. We have a top 5 number 2 receiver. And then we got different role players being behind them with Ty Felton, Silas Bowden, Rondell Moore, and Jalen Naylor, who could fill in and out of different positions that KOC could come up with. They don't have to be the traditional wide receiver 3. We could do some wacky stuff with them because they all bring something unique to the receiver position. So I'm gonna have to give this position an A. Hopefully, Justin Jefferson, Addison, and Naylor stay healthy, that we don't have to really worry about the depth of the position.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I think this is an obvious A. But maybe not, because the chat didn't agree. I don't think anybody in the chat gave it an A. I think they all were B's and B pluses.
Oh, hey, babe. Shot.
Fish, just get a bottle. What's it going to be,
This
Captain
is what we
Morgan?
be with the rest of that rum. 2 weeks.
I don't see why it's a B. I mean, maybe because Addison might miss 3 games, but you're gonna base the whole group.
You gotta do the whole season.
Replace that backs with receivers.
Oops.
All right, play the song.
Oh, you guys going?
Yeah, we got the shot was bought. This is my last one. It's all gone. It's empty.
Are y'all taking shots this whole time?
Skol.
Skol. Thank you, Sarah.
There's nothing left.
I didn't know y'all was taking shots.
That's gross. What is this shit? Crown Royal Whiskey Sour. It's gross.
It's $13 of gross.
It's like an 89, not an 85.
I got it. That's close to an A.
You're on rank.
Shaq, what'd you do? What'd you do to Robbie, Shaq? He's been on you tonight.
I ain't do shit. I mean, if you look at it, Justin Jefferson and Addison, if you rank them with whoever you consider the top 5 wide receiver duos, I'm pretty sure Justin Jefferson and Addison is up there. Matter of fact, I already have a hot take probably that Justin Jefferson and Addison will be leading the league in receiving yards.
Hey, let's name the wide receiver duos. You got A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith, CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens now just entered the room, right? T. Higgins, Jamar Chase. Do you say Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams. Yeah, there's 4. I mean, that's probably like the bottom field of it. Then do you put Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison below anybody else that's a duo in this league?
Oh, I got
Robbie-
it.
Ro-
Jameson
Robbie's a
Williams
Lions
and
fan.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Jameson Williams and Ross St. Brown. A 9-round guy and a dude that does everything, right? No.
I'm not taking Hill and Waddle over Jefferson and Addison.
Yeah, I'm not taking the 700-yard pair wide receiver. Like Hill and Waddle, Robbie, you do know both only had 600 and 700 yards respectively, right? Last year.
Yeah, so Dolphins do not have a Dolphins don't have a better duo. Lions don't have a better duo. Rams is debatable.
Yeah.
So far you got Bengals.
I
So
put
far you got Bengals.
Eagles, Bengals, Rams, Cowboys. That's the duos.
All right, so never mind that it says backs and Fish. No one would notice if you didn't say it out loud, so I appreciate that. What do you guys think about our room this year versus last year? Do you think we improved? Do you think we got worse, or is it about the same?
Downgraded.
Oh, because we drafted Felton,
Part of it.
Johnny Munt.
Y'all can knock Brandon Powell all you want, but I remember that man coming out and getting some crucial first down catches for us.
I remember that 2 years ago.
Nah, he did it last year a couple times too. And we just lost the best tight end 3 in the game, right? And we downgraded. I mean, it's not a huge downgrade, but it's a downgrade.
Hell yeah. We downgraded because of Monk.
I don't know. I think we upgraded because of I think Ty Felton and Rondell Moore will both be a bigger impact than Brandon Powell on the offense. And as far as having to return kicks, either one of them have to do that because Brandon Powell, man, I'm glad I don't got to see him back there catching the punts anymore. I don't know. Something about the way he caught punts, I was clinching every single time. So I think we have an opportunity to get better as far as returning punts, and we can get better on offense. Yes, I do remember Powell being pretty clutch 2 years ago. He might have had a couple last year, but it wasn't like the 2 years ago or else they would have kept him around. Johnny Munt, he fumbled that onside kick against the Bears. I can't forgive him for that. So as long as Gavin or Ben don't do that, they're better. Shaq, what do you think?
I'm definitely thinking we're better because I actually could see Rondell Moore is healthy being, a great kick return, punt returner. I'd rather have him over Brandon Powell for sure. I wasn't really a big fan of Johnny Munt. He was serviceable, but I feel like we could get a cheaper tight end, which we did with Gavin Bartholomew or Ben Urosek to fill that role of being a backup to Josh Oliver. And, we basically stayed the same, but those are the only additions, and I feel like we just got better.
Agreed. And T-Bat's having Brian Peterson vibes tonight. Like, we didn't win a playoff game, can't be an A. We didn't win a playoff game, can't get worse. It's all bad. And T.J. Hawkinson didn't drop that ball against the Chargers. It was a bad pass.
He had his hands in the wrong position. He dropped that ball.
No, he didn't. He was going one way, and his hands had to go the other way.
Above the waist, thumbs in, not thumbs out. He dropped that pass.
Who was the quarterback?
Kirk Cousins threw it behind him while his body momentum was going one way.
As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure it was the same game where Josh Oliver showed him the proper way to catch one at chest height.
Yeah, when it's right there, not when it's back here.
You go like that.
You just demonstrate the difference. You just demonstrate the difference. But he was good on those 179, Cody.
Yeah. We're going to definitely miss him.
I didn't even know he had snaps.
I liked him, but I think he got paid, man. Like, he got paid enough to where we're probably going to get a comp pick for him. So, good for him.
Yes, more
now.
I always say
more
this.
is required.
The season doesn't matter if you lose in the playoffs. All that matters is you just got draft position. and entertainment. That's all you got out of the season. Until the Super Bowl happens, seasons really don't matter. You can go Patriots 7 or 16-0, lose Super Bowl. Right? No one really cares about that season anymore. The only people care about is you lost to the Giants in the Super Bowl.
And, let's see. Greg, I did see your question. This ain't the question, but he asked if when we're going to address the cornerbacks, and I wanted to address that question. I think we did, man. We just haven't got to see it yet. But we did go and pick up Isaiah Rodgers, which, if you guys recall, that was our very first offseason signing. We were expecting this big old splash, and damn it, they made it. They went out there and signed their cornerback 2. He might, by the end of the season, he could be cornerback 1. I'm not going to count that out at all. I also think he's going to end up being a great locker room guy, like you already see it on the clips and stuff like that. So, I think we addressed cornerback. Why are you laughing, Fish? Like, that was the first when free sale opened. That was the first call they made. That was their guy, and they got him.
Talk about
that was that lead up
for relatively cheap.
That was that lead up to when I was saying Kwesi needs to be let out in handcuffs. That was kind of the beginning of the buildup. Yeah.
If he ends up our cornerback 1, then that means we're picking top 5. So I start scouting early.
Wow, you guys go ahead with that. Keep that energy though. I like it. And then besides that, we do got Mekhi Blackman coming back, and I think they like Okudah, man. I don't know why, but if anybody can make him work, it's going to be B-Flow. So I think that they have attempted to fix the cornerback room. They just didn't bring in a big name like many of us wanted. I mean, Asante Samuel's still out there, but I don't think that's going to happen, man. I think they're happy with what we have, and if anything, I think they just bring Gilmore back, to come in and get some snaps, but he's not going to be a starter. McLaughlin might play a lot this year too. I mean, he showed a little bit of flashes last year in the preseason. See if he can carry into the season. But yeah, I think they did address it.
That's like not seeing your kids for 18 years and then bringing them diapers, saying, I'm trying.
They are trying, man.
Hey.
All right. Around the Gjallarhorn. You guys got one?
We got bangers. We got bangers for days.
All right. Bang it, Cody.
So my Around the Gjallarhorn question, right, is going to be, again, I think I should bring it back as the JJ McCarthy talk and how this fan base will react, right? We all know Troy Aikman, came into a shitty area. He lost 11 games, I think, and I think it was 1-11 after that. That's that shortened year. Then you got the 1-15 Peyton Manning. Like, I want for you guys to tell me what the Vikings fan base will be saying after a year we go 3-14 or something like that, if that is happening. Like, what is that fan base going to be saying about JJ McCarthy?
If we go 3-14 with a roster like this, if we stay reasonably healthy, we'll be drafting another quarterback within 2 years. Now, if the injury bug hits us and we lose out a lot of players, that'd probably give him a stay of execution. But we are stacked to win now. All we got to do is just stay reasonably healthy.
But are we really going to win now with a guy's never took a fucking professional snap? That's what I'm confused about with this whole situation.
Yes,
we got JJ.
Yes, we are, but that's not your question. Your question is how the fan base can react.
We're winning a Super Bowl, right?
I mean, that's the goal every year, but we've never won the Super Bowl with a rookie or a first year quarterback. That's right, but we've never won with a veteran either. So
even with this roster, let's say we don't even win a playoff game. We don't make the playoffs. Let's say we go 8-10 or 8-9.
Well, I mean, you already said like how the fan base can react.
Yeah, how is the fan base going to react? I mean, like, if we don't have a successful season, which we all think a successful season should be a playoff game, and I should probably reworded that correctly. If we don't have a successful season, i.e., don't make the playoffs at all, how's the fan base going to react? What do you think?
It's going to all go towards our quarterback that's never taken a snap.
I think expectations should be lowered.
And deservedly so.
And I lower the expectations. Humble, process, grow with the kid.
No, my thing is if we don't make the playoffs, it probably will be JJ McCarthy's fault. That means he lost us games, and that's what we can't have. This is one of those situations where we need to not expect him to win us games. Just don't lose them for us. We have a nice infrastructure built around him. Just work within that system. Let KOC coach you through it. And KOC will, and JJ will be receptive to that. He's shown that throughout his career. Like, Jim Harbaugh loves him. He's a coach's player. He's going to do what the coach tells him to do, and he's not going to try to do more than he can. So if it all falters, it's going to be on JJ McCarthy. And like your first statement was, if we go 3-14, how's this fan base going to react? It's not going to be good. It's not going to be good.
Yeah.
Because you're comparing like Troy Aikman and Peyton Manning, they came into bad situations. I don't think our fan base views us as a bad team. So if we were to go 3-14, I don't think they're going to hang in there like the other fan bases. I think they're going to be like, oh, we're 3-14. Who's the best quarterback in the draft? I think it'd be that quick.
So they would sell very fast on JJ McCarthy.
Very fast. If it's like 3-14. Now, if they win 10 games and miss the playoffs, then I think that's a different question.
Very fast. Oh, I just gave the example 3-14. I just said an unsuccessful season.
Okay. Well, that's how I think they're gonna. What about you, Shaq? How's this fan base gonna treat JJ McCarthy if we win 3 or 5 games this year?
No, that's the example, my guy.
What's the question?
Well, you make it hard because if they go 3-14 and miss the playoffs, it's different if they go 10-7 and miss the playoffs.
If they go 10-7, miss play, it's saying you miss the playoffs because you think the successful for Jim McCarthy.
3-14 is one of the worst teams in the league.
Yeah, but the success for a successful season, Keith, you said to make the playoffs, right?
Right.
We don't make the playoffs.
Okay, but I also said that it can't be JJ McCarthy's fault that we didn't make the playoffs. If we win 10 games and it wasn't, then that probably wasn't his fault that we didn't make the playoffs.
It's probably going to be JJ McCarthy's fault. It's like with Sam Darnold's fault that you couldn't hit a wide open Jordan Addison on a slant route. So are we going to go that far with or Kirk Cousins lining up under the wrong goddamn offensive lineman? Are we going to go that far with JJ McCarthy at quarterback? Like, that's how far we're going to blame. We're going to write him off right away.
Fan base is going to react different if we win 10 games versus only winning 3 games.
I don't think that they're going to react any different at all. I think if we don't make the playoffs, JJ McCarthy's head's on a fucking stake.
That's crazy.
So what's the question?
Yeah, the question is lost.
We saw Sam Darnold put up a really good historic year, winning us 14 games, and then after the playoff game, his head went on a stake immediately. Like, come on. Like,
So
are we going to say?
I'll say this: if we go 3-14 with JJ McCarthy at quarterback, it had to be something that happened. It had to be beyond just JJ McCarthy not being good, because even with a quarterback playing bad, you still could win at least 6 games. So that means like injuries happen, and I feel like the fan base, they're gonna give him a chance because it's technically still gonna be his rookie year, and he hasn't really played a full season. So you're gonna have the haters who didn't believe in him before. They're gonna be like, well, see, I told you we should have got another player. We could have got cornerbacks like Quinyon Mitchell or Cooper DeJean, or we could have got Bo Nix that the Broncos got. But that's hindsight. So that's basically what I feel like the fan base is gonna say.
You're right. They will go back to Bo Nix. I'm so glad. I'm glad even after what I saw, I'm glad that Bo Nix isn't a quarterback. Like, I wouldn't like it.
I just say to the fan base, buckle up if JJ McCarthy's not ready yet. Just enjoy the ride that you have right now. You got a young quarterback. It's the 5th time in franchise history that you drafted a quarterback in the first round. Let's act like it's the 5th time.
Cody, I need you to be in or out.
No, I'm all in on JJ McCarthy. Like, I want to be here. If we go 3-14, I'm going to still be in on JJ McCarthy. I'm not going to sell right away.
I think I'm driving up to Minnesota solo.
No, this is the 5th time in franchise history we've ever drafted a quarterback in the first round. It is something very new. I know a lot of Minnesota Vikings fans, they love them veterans coming over as our quarterbacks. They just love to see them guys come in. But can we just give the kid a chance, even after the first year, if it's bad? Like, I don't get the selling so early. This is the 5th time ever, probably the 2nd time ever in most people's lifetimes that they saw a first-round quarterback in this franchise.
It'll be interesting. It'll just be interesting to see how the fan base does treat JJ McCarthy through the ups and downs. Mm-hmm. But I think that he will get a lot of grace from this fan base, to be honest. But if it was like a 3-14 season, then yeah, there's gonna be calls for the head, and I mean KOC might be in trouble at that point. So for mine that I'm gonna ask you guys is, it's been since 2008, 2009 since the Vikings have won double digits back to back. It's also been since 2008, 2009 since we went to the playoffs back to back. That's crazy to think about. It's been that long since we've had back-to-back playoff visits, back-to-back double-digit wins. Well, we have a chance to do it this year. Do you guys think that we get that monkey off our back and we win double-digit games back-to-back and go to the playoffs back-to-back this year, Michael Fish?
Yeah, I think I've got us at 11 wins and the divisional title. So yeah, I think we're going to go to the playoffs. I think we're going to at least get to the NFC Championship game. I mean, I'm there. I believe in pretty much every part of the team except for the cornerbacks. And I mean, we just drafted the best wide receiver 3 in the league. We just don't know it yet. And wait till we get to the defensive line and the defensive ends. Hell, we got us a diamond in the rough in the draft this year too. I can't wait to talk about that. Woo! Daniil Hunter vibes all over again. We're set to win this year, and I think we're going to.
Similarities from 08, 09 to 24, 25, with 2 different quarterbacks. I don't know. I mean, I really wasn't comparing the similarities to them. It's just that that's the last time that we went to the playoffs 2 years in a row. What about you, Shaq? Do you think we're going to win double digits this year and go to the playoffs?
Yeah, I can see that. Being healthy, which is a major thing. I feel like, KOC overall hasn't let us down when it comes to winning during the regular season. Yeah, we started off slow with Kirk Cousins last year with us, but we started to pick things up, and we was going to be a playoff team that year. So I feel like, J.J. McCarthy healthy, our receivers healthy, and our defense playing up to par. I feel like we can go back-to-back wins, back-to-back double wins, and go to the playoffs again. That should be the standard, honestly. Like, I get with Vikings fans, but that should honestly be the standard. We should be going back-to-back playoff games and then worrying about how can we make it to the next level instead of going to playoffs every other year.
Gotcha. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and do mine. Cody, did you answer? I'm sorry. I
didn't get an answer. I was wondering that Keith brought up an interesting tidbit about starting quarterbacks. This is our first time that we're going to actually start a quarterback that hasn't had any meaningful reps into the season, right? And we're trying to get that monkey off the back for the first time. Yeah, I think we will get that monkey off the back because this is a first for everything. There's a lot of doubt going towards J.J. McCarthy's way. I think J.J. McCarthy is going to overproduce this year than what many people think he's going to do. I am worried about it. It's thin ice kind of territory just because of that stat. First time ever, right? And we haven't seen a back-to-back, double-digit win for so long. It's going to be the first time with J.J. McCarthy. In the biggest worry on J.J. McCarthy for this to happen is that he may have all the arm talent in the world. It's just how does he break down plays? How does he produce it at an elite level now? It's not preseason level where you're going up against guys that you could smoke in college with a good college football team. Now you're at the pro level. This is elite. Players are faster. A lot of the starters are first to second round starters, going out there, and not against like Alabama's 5th round pick or Michigan or Ohio State's 6th round pick out of the team. Like the holes that were in college are bigger. The holes that are in the NFL and the National Football League are smaller because there's way better players in the National Football League. I do believe that we will get that monkey off our back. I think Jim McCarthy will overproduce just as Sam Darnold did.
All right, so here's mine. This is not a who you hope. This is a who you think. Who do you think is a player that is not on the roster right now that will be on the roster before opening week? Go ahead, Cody.
I'm going to go back to what everybody's been complaining about is the cornerback position. I still am a firm believer that Asante Samuel Jr. will be on this roster, who is not on the roster right now, just because I think that is our weakest position, just like everybody else thinks. I think we need to add that little bit of depth piece or a starting piece to this roster, right? Because we're looking at Mekhi Blackman coming off a serious knee injury. He's our cornerback 2 right now, right? And then you got Isaiah Rodgers, who is going to fight for that cornerback 2, but it's probably going to be mainly in the slot, or you're going to shift Byron Murphy in the slot. I still think we need that true lockdown corner on this team that is going to be stuck at the X or the Y corner position, and I'm going to be all over Asante Samuel Jr. I think that is the guy that we need on this team that catapults us into a long, deep run in the playoffs.
By you, Shaq.
So I'm going to go with a name I hate, but I can see it happening. I'm going to go with Kirk Cousins not being able to find a team that he could start on, and KOC offered him a way to, be a backup to Jefferson, a backup to JJ McCarthy, and basically give him a chance to, end his career in Minnesota.
I'm not going to lie. I was thinking about going that way too.
I hate it. Trust me, I hate it.
Like I said, it's not a who do you hope. It's a who do you think.
What do we do now?
This is not who do you hope. It's who do you think is not on the roster right now, but will be on our roster before opening weekend.
Stephon Gilmore. What was everybody's answer?
Cody said Asante Samuel. Shaq said Kirk Cousins.
I can see Kirk Cousins, but I think that might happen after the season. I mean, like after it starts. Duke Shelley. Did you say Duke Shelley, Fish?
I was going to. Thank you, T-Bass.
But who's your real one?
Is Joe Flacco still a free agent?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, Brown.
Duke Shelley.
I don't even think Duke Shelley's in the league. Duke Shelley.
The chat is saying Keenan Allen or Amari Cooper. Unless we're 8-0 and proven Super Bowl contenders, that's the only time we'll ever get those guys. They're mercenaries now. They're going to sign with a team that are already proven Super Bowl contenders. Chiefs, Ravens, Bills.
I think Keenan Allen's going back to the Chargers, especially because Mike Williams just went on the injury list.
Yeah, and then you got the Chargers over there that they made the playoffs in Harbaugh's first year. Yeah, just we're not there yet.
Hey, Justin Simmons would be a nice one.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting kind of in age too, though. He's a mercenary. He's going to find a team that is a proven Super Bowl contender.
I mean, not everyone wants to wait that long.
What's up,
Justin Simmons? I don't think so. No, but I mean, I do think we do need another safety. just in case. I think it'll be fine. But in case Theo Jackson just doesn't work out, there needs to be a contingency plan.
I just think
I like Julian Blackman from the Colts. He's still out there. I haven't heard his name come up. Like, if you're asking me who I hope, I probably would have said him.
This is a lot of money. They're going to take less money with Super Bowl contenders.
Yeah, safety.
Sarah, hell no on Kirk. I can't believe. I mean, I guess I kind of get it, but I really can't believe y'all would really be out on Kirk Cousins as being our backup quarterback.
Hey,
like,
man,
it's only break glass in case of emergency that he has to come in. It's like there's no chance like he's gonna come in for JJ unless worst case scenario. And if you're telling me that you'd rather just ride with Sam Howell over Kirk Cousins, that's crazy talk.
Hey, man,
I wasn't even a Kirk fan on this team, but come on.
The past ruins everything. It's all they think about. So I'm saying they're going to sell on JJ McCarthy really, really fast.
So was that your question, Fish?
Yeah.
Was that your Gjallarhorn question?
Time.
All right.
So my Gjallarhorn question is: there's two players. Who do you guys think is gonna have a better season than last year, and who do you think is gonna have a worse season than last year?
Okay.
And y'all can choose the order. Whoever's ready to go.
Hawk better.
Okay.
And Aaron Jones worse.
Those are good ones.
Yeah, that's solid.
Did they have to be a Viking last year?
No, I'll make it simpler. Just better stats, worse stats than last year. They didn't have to play for the Vikings.
Gosh. Okay, so I know what I want to say, but then it kind of goes against what I've been saying. But I'm going to say it. Isaiah Rodgers' better season than he had last year. And unfortunately, Byron Murphy Jr. a worse season than he had last year.
Okay.
And that goes against me saying that our cornerback room is solid, but then that also would lend into Isaiah Rodgers becoming cornerback one. I was gonna go for the low hanging fruit with Dallas Turner, but I'll let Cody take that one. Lenny.
I'm going low hanging fruit. JJ McCarthy is going to live the better year.
Hell
yeah.
Low hanging fruit.
About as low as you can go.
The motherfucker just takes a snap in the regular season. He's got a better year, right?
Now watch him have a worse injury.
Yeah, right. He's fucking
Thanks, Keith. Thanks for putting that in the air.
I was doing my best, Cody.
No, I'm
Go
gonna
ahead,
say
Cody.
this. I'm gonna say this. It's a guy that I've been harping on for a very long time now. Jordan Addison will have the best year of his career. I said last year that Aaron Jones was going to have the best year of his career as one of my 31st hot takes for that year, and it happened. Jordan Addison is going to have the best career year that he's had for the Minnesota Vikings. That's going to be the best, right? Who's going to go down in a year? In my opinion, who's going to go down in a year? It's probably going to be Van Ginkel, in my opinion. I don't think he's going to get those picks, as much. I don't think he's going to get as many sacks this year because I think they're going to try to insert Dallas Turner more. He's going to take over. And who would you rather insert Dallas Turner over, Van Ginkel or Greenard? And I think Van Ginkel is going to have a little. It's going to be a solid year for Van Ginkel. It's just not going to be as good as what happened last year.
I don't hate it because I was kind of going to say Van Ginkel too, but I didn't want to put that one into the ether either. I didn't want to say any of them were going to have a down year that had a good year. I like Lenny's though that Turner will be better and Pace will be worse. That's kind of safe. Like you're not dooming the team with either of those. I think if Byron Murphy has a worse season, it could be a death kiss. I think if Van Ginkel has a bad season, it could be a death kiss. What about you, Shaq? Who you got on your own question?
So for me, I'm gonna say Ryan Kelly is gonna have a better season than he did last year, and Justin Jefferson is gonna have a worse season than he did last year.
Look at you,
down on that.
You don't want a Super Bowl.
You see Robbie's
What? I
answer?
mean,
Yeah, can someone post that? Like, he didn't even play last year.
so it's
Robbie
like,
doesn't like the Vikings.
I'm not saying
I think
Justin
I think
Jefferson
he
gonna
likes
fall
us,
off.
but I don't think he likes the Vikings.
I think when they voted on the smartest fan bases, Robbie was all of Minnesota Vikings survey questions.
So my thing with Justin Jefferson, I don't think it's gonna be like he's gonna have a bad season. I just think he's not gonna be having to do too much like he did last year. I feel like the ball is gonna be spread out more.
Yeah, that's
I
kind of
can see that.
I like that because every quarterback that will be added to this team has had that gunslinger mentality, right? Sling it to the best receiver. Hey, fuck it, JJ out there somewhere. With McCarthy, it feels like he's kind of got a process that he actually goes through, and that's what I like about McCarthy.
T-Bass, I agree with you that the 1,000-yard thing is outdated. I've been saying this for years about running backs getting that accolade for getting 1,000 yards. Even during a 16-game season, I thought like it was only like what 65 yards or something like that. Like that's not great. Like it's got to at least be 1,200, 1,500. Maybe 1,500 is a new 1,000, but it's got to be at least 1,200.
Oh, Addison's got to get it. He's below the.
That's cool. I'll take 1,000 for Addison. Okay, you
want
gotta
that.
crawl. You gotta crawl before you walk.
I want that.
All right. Let's go ahead and get into our hot takes. And then if we got time, we'll see if anybody wants to jump on and give their thoughts. Who's ready to give their take? You guys need time to think. Okay, hold on. Let me change this.
No, Fish, he raised his hand.
I know. I seen it. I Lewis seen it.
I seen it.
All right. Let's go ahead and do the hot takes. Michael Fish, what do you got?
Every wide receiver that is on the active roster and dressed for game day will have multiple receptions of over 10 yards during Jordan Addison's suspension.
I like it.
Ooh.
I like that.
Even Ty Felton?
Even that shitty ass Ty Felton.
See, there's a little bit of love going. The meter's slowly filling.
I don't think so. I didn't feel the love. It was like begrudging. I thought he would say, especially Ty Felton. All right, Cody.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so mine's gonna go back in the past as a hot take, right? I watched this highlight today, and it was crazy about all the heartbreaks in Minnesota. And Paul Allen's on the mic. He's like saying all these heartbreaks of the mic. He said during the Brett Favre throw, that last interception to Tracy Porter, he said during that throw, "Why'd you even ponder about throwing that pass?" Right? And I'm looking at like, Paul Allen's got the script, man. Paul Allen knew who we were going to draft after Brett Favre, and it was Christian Ponder. It just blew my mind. I've heard that quote a 1,000 times. I had to after watching highlights of that game because I remember that, and I was like, Ponder, Christian Ponder, and it just blew my mind. So my hot take is Paul Allen, Finkel and Einhorn, right? Paul Allen knew we were drafting Christian Ponder after that NFC Championship game. Just the way, why would you ponder about throwing that thing? Like, who says that? And maybe it's just Paul Allen, but no. But who says what you pondering about throwing that throw? Just blew my mind. Yeah, he knew about Christian Ponder way before anybody did.
Good luck editing that shit, Keith.
Wait,
Yeah.
was there a hot take in that?
Yes.
Was there a hot take?
Okay, on my hot take of the year, we'll do this one. We'll do a hot take. I think Jordan Mason. I think someone else said this. Jordan Mason will lead all running backs in touchdown scores for this year.
All right. I'll let you have it, but I want to know what was the Ponder hot take.
Well, it's the past. Paul Allen knows the script. He knows the whole NFL script.
Yeah.
Why do you ponder about throwing that? What? Blew my mind.
Is that gonna be me? This is gonna be me. Hot take. All right, Shaq, I'll give you another minute. I'm gonna make a hot take that I made last year and it didn't happen. It's another preseason one, and that is that Will Reichard will hit at least 350-plus yard field goals in the preseason.
Damn, preseason. I thought you were talking about regular season. That's
Not if it's regular season, I have to go more than 3 because I
How
think
many
it will
did he
be
hit
more than
last
3. I don't know. He had like the 2 against the Jets.
yeah.
So 3. He didn't even have 1 last year in preseason.
He is a goober, but it's a goober that you respect, T-Bass. Paul Allen is a national treasure.
He is. Nobody commentates like him.
No.
All right, Shaq, what do you got?
So my hot take is J.J. McCarthy will have at least 4 rushing touchdowns this year.
Ooh, I can see it. Did Sam Darnold have that many?
I don't know.
I don't think he did.
I was trying to see what's a reasonable rushing touchdown though for a quarterback who's semi-mobile but not a running quarterback. And I've stuck with 4.
4? What did Sam? I think he had 3.
And one of them would be from 50-plus. All right,
that
we
would
got
be a
through it.
bonus. That would be a bonus.
All right, so now if there's any guests who want to come on and, you know, you've been wanting to say something this whole time and we haven't allowed you to because we're mean, now's the time to get it out. T-Bass, what's up, man?
What up,
All right,
T-Bass?
guys. Hey, guys. I'm going to do this real quick. So, you know, I bet a lot on sport, and I'm a true believer in trends and statistics. So I crunched some numbers. I'm going to give this to you guys. I'm going to go the 2022 season and last year's season. I'm going to throw out the middle season of O'Connell's thing just because of QB injury.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to give you guys all the games. I looked at pretty much meaningful games. Both games against Green Bay, both games against Detroit, and then both games against the Giants, both games against the Rams from last year, and then a couple other, which I consider big games. Just looking at how many times we passed, how many times we rushed, and the percentage of the pass. All right. So Green Bay in 2022, first Green Bay game was a win. 32 passes, 28 rushes, 53% pass rate. Philadelphia, we lost.
That's smoke.
46 passes, 9 rushes, 83% pass rate. Detroit, we won. 41 pass, 24 rush, 63% pass rate. Dallas, we lost. 30 pass, 12 rush, 71%. Detroit, we lost. 41 pass, 17 rush, 70%. Green Bay, we lost. 31 pass, 17 rush, 64%. The Giants were pretty much identical both games. The win, we had 48 pass, 18 rush. The loss, we had 39 pass, 15 rush, both at 72%. Last year, San Francisco, 26 pass, 20 rush, 56%. Houston, 28 pass, 27 rush, basically 50%. Green Bay, win, 28 pass, 27 rush, again, 50%. Detroit lost, 27 pass, 16 rush, 62%. The Rams, 25 pass, 19 rush, 56%. Green Bay, win, 43 pass, 23 run, 65. Detroit lost, 41 pass, 16 rush, 71%. And then the Rams in the playoff, 40 pass, 18 rush, 68%. So as
So are you saying
can
that
see,
We're not
If
running
you
enough.
If you look at that, you guys are talking a lot about receivers having great games, JJ McCarthy throwing for big numbers and stuff. If you look at that, anytime we throw 70% of the passes, we lose. Other than
but that's
the
because we're
Giants game.
behind.
What's that?
I said that's because we were behind in those games. We had
No,
to
no,
throw.
no, 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 no.
That's a valid point.
No, it's not true. Okay, so I also looked at, so the Green Bay game that we lost, we were up 14-0 after the first quarter. The thing is, KOC sometimes gets away from the run. All right. So when you don't run the ball with the lead, you have 3 and outs. And even if you run the ball with 3 and outs, you're taking more clock time off. The bottom line is 71% pass rate is not a recipe for KOC to win games. You want to be around even 65%. They won one game. One game in the 65%.
I don't think we're going to be running. I mean, passing 65, 70% with JJ McCarthy in his first year. So that's a good thing. What do you got, Cody?
T-Bass, we've been saying this for a long time about run the ball. There's a quote out there that I say quite often during games. And it's usually in all caps and it's screaming. It's run the fucking football, right? We do say this. We do mention it. We do talk about we want big yards from our receivers. The main thing that we really want as a fan base is for KOC to run the fucking football.
I'm not saying you guys specifically, but I hear all these comments. JJ McCarthy is going to throw for 4,000 yards and that. If we get that on this year, JJ airing the ball out, it's not going to be a pretty thing. Do not wish what you want because the stats.
Thank you, Shaq. Thank you, Shaq. Wait, let's go back to the Zimmer years where we would get up by 3 points in the third quarter and then he'd be like, let's run the clock out. I mean, we just have to mix it up a little bit better. The thing is we haven't been able to run effectively because our O-line has been blocking like shit. Even when they were blocking good.
Didn't Cook have a pretty decent year in 2022?
Not really. He had a lot of
he had a lot of negative 1 yard plays and then a 45-yard bust.
So Bleacher Report.
But they ran the ball.
Bleacher Report had it correct. They said JJ McCarthy needs complementary run game. Right? It didn't say it needs a run game. It needs a complementary run game. We don't need to see where we're 3rd and 1 and we'd get negative 1 yard and have to punt the ball. That's complementary is picking up that 3rd and 1. When we're in the red zone, we're not running the ball 2 straight times for 2 yards.
Or Aaron Jones was great at picking up those 3rd and 1s last year.
Yeah, but in the red zone, it stopped, right? Like everything in the red zone.
What I see is the sweet spots around 62, 63% is where they look like they're
Sarah, it's been forever since you've joined us. How you doing?
Oh, I hate work.
Sarah, were you taking shots as you're buying shots too, by the way?
No.
Well, you're going to have to for Fish's birthday.
No, I already bought the shots. Fish got to drink it.
Well, he's going to, like a fish.
I will.
We got all the receipts.
There's no Tylers in the building, right?
No, that's just your gas money to get up here.
We're going to get Fish good and drunk for Skull Fest.
Like I drink when we get together.
I think that comes T-Bass kind of comes up with what we kind of said in the beginning of the show, and people were also, what's up, Northeast? People were saying earlier is maybe KOC shouldn't be the one calling plays.
I never thought he should be.
My thing on that is then does the quarterback have a decline in play if he doesn't call play?
I mean, he can still concentrate on grooming the quarterback. Does he have to call play? I mean, to me, why hire a coach that's saying he's the head coach. There's a reason the most successful coaches in Viking history have had head coaching experience.
But you saw last year Did you hear about the story last year how Sam Darnold and KOC were? Sam Darnold had his career year. Is because KOC would hear, this is the play call script I'm giving you. Take out the plays that you don't feel comfortable running. This is the plays we're running. This is the script. Take out the plays you don't feel comfortable, and that's how he would do it. Sam Darnold, I don't feel comfortable running that. I feel comfortable more running that play, and that's the script they would use. So if you take away that play calling, and it goes to Wes Phillips, or if it goes to a different offensive coordinator, we fire Wes Phillips, does the quarterback play decline?
So a scripted play, don't you think the head coach would have to sign off on that? I mean, somebody else can script it, and KOC would look at it and say, I'm good with this, or no, change it. I'm the head coach. I don't want that shit. But in-game adjustments is his Achilles heel. He does not adjust well. He doesn't.
I'd agree with that.
And then he goes into a turtle shell, and I have to throw the ball all the time. Oh, shit, I'm down by 7 points. I just have to throw every play. And I
don't think he's going to put J.J. McCarthy in that kind of situation this year. So I think that's why they went out and got Jordan Mason. I think he has the same stats that you just read, and he realizes that they need to run the ball more. And to do that, they're going to need 2 good running backs. And I think that was the plan last year, but Ty Chandler just did not pan out. So I think they went on and got Jordan Mason, and they're going to run the ball more.
We'll see what happens
you have
when
a
they're
prolific passer like Kirk Cousins under center. You have to throw the ball more, right, Shaq?
If you give, why don't we hear Wes Phillips getting a head coaching interview? You want to get play calling to Wes Phillips? Homie hasn't had a single head coach in the league.
Thank you for asking that, Cody, because I was wondering. So who's going to be calling plays? Wes Phillips?
Dude hasn't even got an interview. That's
so why can't Josh McCown call plays? He got requested it for coaching jobs.
Then make him the coordinator.
How did KOC get hired?
He's probably calling some plays.
He wasn't calling any plays.
I bet
he wasn't calling any plays in Los Angeles.
Then why hasn't Wes Phillips gotten a fucking interview? If KOC got the interviews, why hasn't Wes Phillips got the interview?
KOC got one interview.
KOC won a Super Bowl.
KOC got one interview. The Vikings.
KOC did win the Super Bowl.
And they hired.
Wes Phillips got 0 in the fucking 5 years he's been offensive coordinator.
Okay, but so
let's be realistic.
Give McCann that call in place. What about? I mean, it's
McCown the offensive coordinator.
But maybe if Wes Phillips called plays, he would get interviews for head coaching jobs. Maybe his growth is being stifled by KOC.
Bye.
I like Team C.
Bye.
Good luck. See ya. Enjoy.
Bye.
I mean, we all say that because if he's not calling plays, we don't know what he does, but the team keeps him around for a reason. So he must do something. He must do something with getting. Yeah, he drinks. So does Jordan Addison. We ain't saying bye to him. So he must do something to get this team prepared week in and week out.
I don't know how you can make.
Didn't earlier in this show, didn't you say something about how he might have to go?
Me?
Yeah.
Who?
Jordan Addison.
Oh no, I said he might because of salary cap. I'm not saying get rid of him because he's drinking. It's salary cap. You know me, I don't like to pay anybody.
Well, I guess we'll see this year when it's early in the second quarter and the Vikings are down by 7. If KOC goes into his turtle shell, I'm down by 7, and it's not even half the game over yet, and I got to throw the ball. Because I'm sorry, I'm a firm believer that you can win football games running the ball more than throwing the ball.
And I do too. I am with you too. But we saw those games that we lost to, and we also saw the quarterback in which the plays were drawn up for not look at a certain player to throw the fucking football to that would have got us the win in those games. So the play calling, in my opinion, from last year was not an effect towards our losses. I think it was the quarterback play.
I think in the big games, here's what I think a defensive coordinator thinks about Kevin O'Connell. He cannot adjust during the game. So you get him down, and then one aspect of the game is taken away. We don't have to worry about them running the ball, boys. He's going to be throwing it 70% of the time. So we're just going to pin our ears off. And then you get into a lot of 3 and outs. The defense is not getting rest. And, here comes the shitty ass second half, basically blowout. The Rams, the Lions. It's just, if he's going to continue calling plays, he has to get a lot better at in-game adjustments.
I think he did a lot better last year. That's why he won Coach of the Year. I just think the quarterback missed on wide open targets.
Shaq ain't going to take this slander for much longer.
I think the Jordan Addison miss on the slants, the corner of the end zone touchdown, the back of the end zone to Jalen Naylor at one point in the end zone. I think those were misses on the quarterback.
And valid points, but that's why I call Kevin O'Connell the Teflon coach. Never his fault, even though he is the head coach, the guy ultimately responsible. 2020.
I mean, he takes blame more than any other coach probably does.
Yeah.
When we lose, he goes up there and says it was his fault. Like, he doesn't go out there blaming the players. Maybe after the Rams game, he did. He called out the offensive line.
Yeah, it was pretty rough.
But it sparked change.
Mm-hmm.
Sarah, I want to hear from you. Like, what's something you didn't agree with us today?
Oh, sorry. I fell asleep.
Ooh.
I'm sleepy, man.
We should all be asleep.
Let's see. Why was Fish so grouchy about Ty Felton? God dang.
You can't bring up Ty Felton or Donovan Jackson. Watch. Hey, Fish, Ty Felton, Donovan Jackson.
I hated the fucking draft, not just those two guys. I didn't like the draft till we took that damn Penn State linebacker.
Kobe King? How do you not like Kobe King?
Wait, you don't like Kobe King?
I mean, for taking him in the position we got him, yes.
I'm with you.
Drafted him in the 3rd round.
Why are you so upset about Donovan Jackson?
We reached.
I didn't like the draft either, Fish, because I don't think there's a player worthy of selecting in the draft after pick 7.
I don't think we reached though, because the Texans wanted him, so we had to take him.
Let them have him.
And then
hey, you know what? That's actually I've actually brought this up, Sarah. I know it's been a little bit, but it would have actually been a great scenario if the Texans would have taken Donovan Jackson. We could have then taken Tate Ratledge. And you know what? Even if Tate Ratledge didn't start for us, you know what he wouldn't be doing? He wouldn't be replacing Frank Ragnow as the center for the Lions right now, and they'd be really colossally screwed.
I'd be more worried about I have Tate Ratledge as my center right now than I would be the Vikings having Donovan Jackson. Like, come on, man. That is not a good situation for the Lions. I'm not scared of that. I'd be more worried if I'd be
even more foobarred right now if they didn't even.
No, we'd be even more screwed if they actually went out and got a competent center. For them to think that they're going to turn Ratledge into their starting center.
What competent center was available?
There's nothing, right? There's nothing available. Why pick up Tate Ratledge? The draft class was garbage. It was straight garbage. If Tate Ratledge is so good in this badass draft class, why was he picked in the 2nd round? Why wasn't he a 1st-round pick?
Especially when all these teams needed old linemen. He still went in the 2nd round.
Sarah, it's still a reach.
Everything's a reach in this year's class, man. It's got to deal with it.
J.J. McCarthy was a reach. He was rated like 25th.
Preach.
I mean, so if you're going to use that thing, he wasn't ranked in the top 10 of that draft. He was down in the 20s and 30s.
But you can't. It's not as cut and dry as that, T-Bass. You got to go off positional needs, and the Vikings were drafting a quarterback.
And they were positional need. They needed a guard, so they took. Yeah,
I don't think
the guard.
I don't think that our offensive line is that much demonstrably better with Jackson playing in between Darisaw and Kelly versus Brandel playing between Darisaw and
Fish,
Kelly.
you are freaking tripping, man. Oh my
Tell him,
lord,
Sarah.
mute him.
That's the beauty of it. Time will tell. We'll all see it unfold.
That's not the beauty in it. That's the pain that we have to wait to see. So Fish can turn around, because I like happy Fish. I mean,
I
this
do
is
too.
fun. This is fun occasionally, but like not every week.
Grouchy Fish is making me mad.
Wait till he's grouchy and drunk. It's your fault.
I kind of like
there.
grouchy.
I won't be there, so I won't have to deal with
You
it.
better.
You better be.
You better see the fruits of your labor, girl.
I kind of like the look, Fish. Grouchy Fish is pretty fun.
Nah, actually, when I do drink, I'm pretty happy.
He is a happy guy.
But
Unless your name is Tyler.
Yeah, Keith is going to be like, so, Ty Felton. And I'll be like, I love him. I love you guys. You're the greatest. I can't wait to see Ty Felton run all over these defenses. And then the next week, I'll be like, I didn't say that.
It's crazy where
no, Fish. I'm like, Ty Felton's in the Minnesota Viking fans uncensored right now, and you're gonna go boot him.
You damn right. And you know what? if I can't read his name properly, I'm just going to start booting people till I get to him.
Fish, you'll hate my hot take. I say he's going to have more touchdowns than Addison.
He's going to have what?
More touchdowns than Addison.
How's he going to do that from the practice squad, T-Bass?
Oh, my God.
He's going to make the team. He's going to be doing jet sweeps like Worthy on KC. He's going to be returning picture fun.
I'm sure that Tyrion Ingram's whatever hyphenated name is going to have more sacks than Dallas Turner too, right?
Timmy, where you been, man?
Timmy, ain't seen you type since before we started the show.
Anyways, I just hopped on to say hi. I'm about
See you in 2 weeks, sir. 2 weeks.
Yep,
2
later.
weeks. 2 weeks.
Me too, guys. I'll see you guys.
Right.
See you.
All right, thank you, guys.
Where's Robbie?
Robbie got his mic taken away for the night. Dana said no. You can only text.
I was thinking that. She said no. No.
You're always so mad when you get off of there.
He can't concentrate.
I mean, did he burn pizza or something in the oven?
Maybe you aren't you when you don't take your Ritalin.
Oh my gosh. Thank you for the donation, Robbie.
Yeah,
Thank you for all the donations, Sarah. Thank you for the donation, T-Bass. Fellas, I don't want this show to be a long one, so we should go ahead and wrap this thing up. Woo!
Thank the Lord.
Shaq, hit us with some final words.
Like, comment, subscribe. Free Addison, free Teddy, and if you want to donate, you can donate to the Cash App at Let's Go, or you can click the $ sign on YouTube and send donations. Thank you for anybody who sent donations tonight, and I hope everybody has a great night.
All right, my fish.
Oh my gosh. Y'all just don't know the inside joke that goes on between the four of us when Keith says it's going to be a short show. There's always this optimism that we're only going to be here for 90 minutes, and then we just love y'all so much that we can't stay here. Help us stay here till the ass crack of midnight.
It's only 9:20.
So, hey, I hate this draft, but I love this team. And I love doing this with you guys. And oh my gosh, I'm already thinking about how drunk I'm going to be like 10 minutes into the show in 2 weeks. But hey, you only turn 54 once, right?
Yes,
For Vikings fans, by Vikings fans, let's get through this thing. Let's get to the season. Let's get this show on the road, and let's win some ball games. And let's be happy with this team. I'm really optimistic about this team. No lie, I really am. I feel like we're going to make some waves. We're going to turn some heads. We're going to prove some people wrong. And in some cases, maybe even prove myself wrong. But yeah. Hey, another thing is, guys, is, we haven't mentioned this in a couple of weeks, but, any support of this channel is much appreciated. We got a lot of donations tonight. We got a good size donation from T-Bass and Robbie and Sarah.
And Skull and Roll. Skull and Roll, thank you.
Yes, and we appreciate it. Instead of the super chats, if you'd like to just low key help us, we've got a membership function now. $5.99 a month gets you the entire Cody Bowden 2026 swimsuit calendar.
That's gonna be so hot.
Oh, you didn't know that was coming, Cody?
I got the Conor McGregor GC. If you know, you know.
But yeah, other than that, let's go.
Let's go. And Northvius and T-Bass, we will all be at Skull Fest. So if you guys are going to be there, hope to get to meet up and have a drink. Cody, what do you got?
Yeah, I was about to say that. Like, I can't wait to see everybody out there that watches the show if they are going to that home opener, the Skull Fest. It's probably going to be around North Loop or around Dinkytown for the best bars right around Minneapolis. It's just going to have a blast. We'll talk Minnesota Vikings football, talk about the early years to what we can remember, talk about the heartbreaks, the curses, all that stuff, and maybe we'll take some of your guys' feedback about what we should add to the show, because in-person feedback is a lot better than scrolling through the chat, most of the time. You let us know what we're doing wrong, what we're doing right. It's always a growing show. We love you guys. You guys, thanks for the donations from all of you. There's a lot of donations tonight. I think it's probably the most donations we've seen from y'all since the draft, I would think. And I think there's more donations tonight. Thank you guys for trying to get us a Skull Fest also. We love y'all. And like always, it's Thursday. The weekend's right around the corner. Don't be a Jordan Addison, pass out at some airport all drunk, and then face a 3-game suspension or lose your job or something like I've seen in the chat. And there's another $5 coming in the bank. Thanks, Northvius. Just be safe out there. Have a plan. Make sure you guys got a ride home. Uber's like $13 depending on where you at. And other than that, don't beat your dogs, don't beat your kids, don't beat your wives. Always let's go.
All right, well, that's our show. 2 hours, 42 minutes. Perfect. I like it. Thank you guys who stuck around for a little bit of time or the whole time. We appreciate it. We like talking Vikings football, and, it makes it better when you guys are here talking it with us. We read your comments, and we like, to interact. So, we appreciate it. We can't keep doing this if you guys don't show up, so we appreciate you showing up. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do so. It doesn't cost you anything, but it helps us out a lot. And we'll be back here next week on Thursday. So until then, let's fucking skull.
Let's go.